Uh-huh. No, don't do that. Oopsie daisies. Oh my gosh. Hey, Davon, how are you doing? Hello. Hey, hey, Jason. You didn't, Davon? I worked my butt off today. um, I did. And I actually went to bed pretty reasonable the other, what was it, last night? So, peekaboo, Punkity, how are you doing? Hey there, CJ, how are you? Figured I still have some stuff that I need to do. I got a lot of the babies moved around. I still have some enclosures I need to work on, which I really need to because I should be getting the rest of the enclosures shipped to me on the Wednesday. Yet, so you're telling me. I don't think I ever want to. I don't think. It's not that I think. I never want to have this many babies again at the same time. Nope. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I'm not even going to pretend to know who, what, when, where with the enclosures. My boyfriend, with his storage unit business he has, I guess him and his dad know they have like a connection with like a cargo thingy on the barge thing from China, and just have to fill up the big old cargo thing. And anyways, enclosures from China. That's all. I don't know nothing else. Like, hey T, how are you? You want to know because I actually got really good sleep this weekend because, I would just basically would go right to bed when we would get home after eating and whatnot, and I would sleep. I mean, that's, you can understand me getting 5, 6, 7 hours of sleep is like, what anymore? Oh God. So they did a custom-ish kind of, this dimensions are a little larger than a nano breeze, taller and wider, because I'm going to put a divider in between it, so when I can, until I get some more of the babies sold, I'll be able to have, like, like when they hatch, like where they're individual. So I want to say like 40 of them. Holy shit. Hold on. I hope there's... Okay, awesome. So you're still in there. Yes. This is such a pain in the butt door. Sorry. Hello. How is everybody? Do you all know who I have out right now? You're off. Look at you. Hey, Jess. It's been a while since we've done a stream with... Oh, wait. Oh, that's making it warmer. You don't want like normal light. There we go. Hello. Who is this, y'all? He goes, hi. Which chameleon is this? Who knows? First time here. My name is Brittany. I breed Panther Chameleons. You'll learn as I just want to see there are people who watch normally or regular. Do y'all know the names of this? The name of this one? No, not Maui. Maui's a red body blue bar. This is a yellow body blue bar. I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. He is the son of one of my OGs. Not Helix. Helix is a son of one of the other OG. So I have 2 OGs. So that Mr. Mondays is one of my OGs, and this is one of the OG sons. He's not a baby. He is almost 3 years old. Ooh, it's Braxton. I'm happy to see you back. Yay! There we go, Crafty. It's KP or Kenny Powers. And you want to know what I got? I got the hookup at the Reptile Expo. Somebody gave me like, god dang, how many? It was almost 300 silkworms for $60. So here's some of them. I said, that's a deal. And if you think that the lizards are gross or that the panther chameleons are gross or if I'm gross, you can always just scroll on because there's going to be a lot of me and a lot of these guys in this stream about what it is. This is Kenny Powers. So he's an ambilobi locale and is a yellow body blue bar. I mean, they have a lot of babies. They don't live too long in the wild. Like, well, on average, they live like a year or two in the wild. They get taken out by predators, right? Very easily. They're, comparing them to other lizards, are pretty defenseless. They're not the fastest, as you can see. They don't have the strongest bite. They can't tail whip. They don't drop their tail. They don't have super sharp claws or super strong, like, sharp teeth. So they kind of just hide. And I know, like, we're not blending in anywhere, but they, like, hide in the canopy after they bask for a little bit. So that's their means of surviving, is hiding. And on average, so say there's about 20-25 babies in a clutch, usually only one makes it to the first year of its life. Now with proper husbandry, you're going to get a lot longer than a year or two. Yes, so he does. So as he's gotten older, now he hasn't really changed too much with his colors, but he did not have as much red on him when he was younger. Now he's not really fired up right now, but if you look in between his, where he would be yellow, like where it's kind of yellow right now, you see a lot of red in between his scales. He did not used to have all that red. In fact, let me see if I can pull up, when he had just turned a year old, and this is why when you're breeding, like when you're trying to have like a certain look with, you know, certain traits with different phenotypes, there's certain things that you want to really pay attention to, because that has spread. And if you remember what his son Benny Wowzers looked like, he has even more red, and he's only like 9 months old, so it's going to increase. So that's a certain trait that can kind of like be stronger, like that red, I should say. But what he looked like when he was younger, when he was I think he was not even a year old when I took this picture, if I can find it real quick. God dang it. I said, yeah, dang it. Where is this particular picture? Actually, we're going to do this. It'll be a lot faster this way. And we can get more people, and we're going to feed him. He will not change color based on his surroundings. They're walking mood rings. They change color based on mood and temperature. So it's a really big misconception. Here you go. This is the picture I was talking about. So if you look at, let me turn off that ring light so you can zoom in. He doesn't have as much red in between his yellow, or in, like that part of his body, as he does now, which now is an awful time to show that. But we did sell Benny Wowzers. The only reason I was not going to sell Benny, well, I didn't sell, wait, I thought Jethro or Luke, was Benny Wowzers your favorite one? Benny Wowzers was for a while my only male I had from Kenny Powers, but now I have a lot more with the 2 clutches of his that have hatched recently-ish. And now let it be known, so there were several chameleons, like ones that people on here were, Carlos, thank you for the gold coin. So several that people on here were interested in. Also Benny, while I asked a bit more for them because I was like, well, I don't necessarily want to sell them, but if somebody pays this price, like, I'm not going to say no. What is up with my YouTube stream right now? This happened the other night, and I don't know if I need to restart it real quick. I know the Wi-Fi looks fine, but it's like, hold on. I don't know if it's because I went to the show or what it was. I breed. I have, oh, here's the thing. There's more babies. So I took like what, 22, and I think we sold 14 of them. So I still have some left from that, but also like there's about to be a lot more ready to go. But there's some that are going to be ready in less than a month. Shoot, some of them, yeah, like the red line clutch, they're almost 3 months old, like the other red line clutch, which is a retained, so same as the ones I have right now. Oh, it's all good. The rude people don't get me. Oh, crafty. We're so used to that. It's all good. It happens. The rude comments don't get to me because they don't get to me. We are legions. Oh no! Oh no, Deborah. You are gonna end up going bye-bye, man. Shoot. That was stupid of you. Hi, T. How are you doing, though? Like, that's a clever way of putting it. Really, Braxton? That's funny that Omar did. Kenny Powers, y'all want to see him eat a silkworm? He sees a silkworm, so he wants one. So this is his resting colors. I mean, he's got a little bit of the firing up kind of lower on his abdomen or his belly right now, but these are mostly his resting colors. When he fires up, he turns a really pretty bright yellow, and his blue bars get even more blue. Yes, silkworms. Silkworms they turn into silk moths. You know, those really cute white moths. They're all floofy and bloopy and stuff. Silkworms are actually very nutritious feeders. They are expensive. One of the reasons they're expensive is, now do not quote me on actual wild silk moths, although I don't know if we even have wild silk moths anymore, but we people, because we're using the silk that they produce, I guess I don't want to say genetically modified, maybe. I think it's just like bred them in certain conditions to where they produce silk that's very thick for us to use, that these guys, after they make their cute little cocoons, they can no longer break out of their cocoons on their own. They have to have assistance. So that's one of the reasons, for my understanding, that they're a bit more expensive, because they do require a bit more care than some other feeders. But anyways, they're very nutritious. They're great for hydration. You don't technically need to dust these guys with the supplements that you do. I still do, because like I've seen that from several people that you don't, because of I guess they have calcium. I guess whatever they eat has a lot of calcium in it. So anyways, this is a much better alternative to a hornworm. Like hornworms, you know, those green worms, they don't really have that much nutritional benefit. They're great for hydration, but they're high in sugar. I like to give the green hornworms, or gummy worms sometimes, as we call them, to females after they lay eggs. But these guys, yeah, these could be a staple feeder. They're just very expensive. Now, mind you, if you do feed only silkworms for several days, or even if you give, like my chameleons will probably have loose stool, since I haven't given them silkworms in quite some time, like, because they are hydrating. So good job, buddy. So because they have all eaten some silkworms, I'm not going to be startled if I see some like loose stool that would like almost resemble diarrhea, but there is a big difference still. So just so y'all are aware, same thing can happen with hornworms. Oh, he said that was yummy. What is really the silkworms, Jason? They are so they are genetically modified. I didn't want to say that because I didn't know for sure, because that's a big word, but yes. So we have to help them hatch. Jason, don't you have silkworms? Yeah, he's pretty chill right now. He's one of the males. He'll come out to me. I have some that don't come out, but he is one that does. I'm a walking tree that just brings him food, and sometimes the ladies. One of his girlfriends is receptive. I don't feel like Sybil's mean. Danny, you are so busy. You really are, with all your beautiful cocoa. I don't know if I have. I will say my movie watching has dramatically gone down in the past few years. I think I for sure have only watched 5 movies, and that's including like new movies. Like obviously, like when my kids were going through, we want to watch Spirit, the horse, you know, like the one that when I was a kid when it came out. Obviously that doesn't count because I've already saw it. B, like at that point I've probably seen it 30 times again with the kids. And but as far as new movies, this is including like the Zootopia 2 and like I went to the movie theater with the kids. I think I'm like under 5 since 2023 that I've seen of like movies, to be honest. So I may or may not. Coco. Man, Crafty, we need to get a suggestion graphic shirt thing. So now that I have the website up, and we can actually, and so Cade, his friend and business partner or whatever, he owns a t-shirt graphic printing company or whatever. So basically we can give him a logo and we can get a lot. That's one of the reasons I have not had shirts, is because it was so I was spending easily like $30 a shirt. So I don't want to get these shirts and be like, oh yeah, it's a $45 shirt. So crash out one. Yeah. So that's so cool though, Crafty. I know that's so funny, Pun Kitty. And somebody asked about first snake. I think ball pythons are, but I mean I have a Kenya sand boa, but I'm not like by any means as knowledgeable about snakes as I am Panther Chameleons. But the one where I'm like, I don't know. See, that crash shot's different than any crash shot you guys might ever see on a live stream. Let me get my phone lower, because I'm realizing that we're not even seeing Kenny Powers. Which, you know, I'm sure y'all like me and all that, but Kenny Powers is really, that was weird. Do you be farting? I'm a lady, I'm a girl. We can't even do it. The Rango, yeah, I've seen Rango. No, actually, I take it back. I don't think I ever watched Rango. I know who it is. I never watched it. I am a Panther Chameleon breeder, so you are in my chameleon garage, and we are going to talk about Panther Chameleons. Or whatever, because I also have ADHD, so we can go all over the place. This is a male. I did not get I was very well behaved at this reptile expo, and I didn't get a single living, I didn't even get a plant. I bought a crochet chameleon. Now I'll be honest with y'all. I basically only got paid on Square, like with credit card, card transactions. And even if I wasn't having the freaking mishap that I'm having right now with it instantly transferring my money to my old joint bank account with my ex-husband. I like the past few expos I went to, nobody paid with cards, and I forgot all about. Anyways, it's my fault because I didn't double check all this shit. So anyways, regardless of that hadn't even happened, I wouldn't have had access to my money from the sales for a couple days. So I didn't have any extra money to go spend on a jumping spider. But I'm very well behaved, so I totally would not have bought any other creature at this reptile expo, even if I had access to all my sale money. All right, let me pin it. Thank you. I know it was sad about to see Benny go. This is Kenny Powers, who's actually Benny's dad. I have been separating out a lot of the other babies since, I have a lot more room, and here soon I'm going to be getting the rest of them separated out because I'm going to get all those enclosures sometime this week. I got pinned, right? Yeah. So I could show you some of Benny's brothers here soon. We do have Curly Joe. We have Curly Joe, Chuck Norris, Loki, Biggie Smalls, Sour Patch, Camellia Rose, Pico, and what was Elvis Parsley, we renamed Priscilla because Elvis Parsley is actually a female. So I didn't, to make it, because when you have names on them at the shows, people love that. And so we were like, well, it wouldn't make sense to have her Elvis Parsley when she's a female. Thank you for coming in, Brandon. Feel Braxton, it takes a while. And I didn't take Florida Man. He's too young. He's way too young. But Florida Man, you are actually Florida man is not, he is a Gambino gnarly curly baby. Did I not say yeah, Bri Bear. I saw a Bri Bear. I don't know why I didn't say Bri Bear. Yeah, Bri Bear. And you want to know, he's showing off those reds. He was showing off those reds and blues all day today. And I was like, dude, had he been doing that, I don't think he would have been here. I don't think he would have been here. The next naming sesh. I don't know. Maybe we can do it tonight. Good night, Brandon. Thank you for coming in. Get some rest. CJ, you want to name a baby? You know what? We can do that. Oh, yeah, so you want me to find a female. I have some really pretty John Gotti females that we can name. I have one that's really pretty. Like, she is a prime example of why we have to look for the hemipenal bulge, and we can't just base it off of, oh, look at the colors that that one has. It clearly is a male because it's so colorful. No, not necessarily at this age. So, let's put Kenny Powers back in his home, and let's look at a baby. We can name a baby real quick, and then maybe we'll get some more of the males out. I do have my kiddos tonight, so I'm hoping that we don't have good old random wake up. All right, where are those John Gotti ladies at? Here's one. I think. Hi, sweetie, come here. Can you come here? I would love to see you. Oh, yeah. Hi, cutie. So this is a female. It's a John Gotti female. So John Gotti Sahara. She will carry red body blue bar colors to her offspring. Oh. She will not be red and blue. She will be, she'll have her female colors. But look at her pretty colors right now. I think she had March, forgot what day in March, but she's just turned 2 months old. But look at her pretty greens that she has already, and that red gular, which doesn't mean diddly squat, because what do we not have? We don't have a hemipenal bulge. So this is a young female, a baby chameleon female. Isn't she cute? Yeah, she's cute. Let me get a stick thingy-mabobber for her to climb on, I guess. Well, where's my other stick thingy-mabobber? Hold on. Steven, thank you for the Sunday. Thank you. I had another stick thingy-mabobber. Where did I put it at? Yeah, I guess I could just use this one. I had a different one though. Oh, did I actually put it in the enclosure? Nah, big deal. I just had a whole. Oh wait, never mind. Here, that's right. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. God dang it! Not my lip gloss. Ah. Okay. Wait, what, T? We're happy to have you in. Clifford, thank you for the flow state. Thank you. All right, we got this little one. And I'm sorry, I did not see any of the ones that you had names suggest, like, because I was kind of looking at her. So we're going to name, oh my, thank you for the star. Smashly, that's cute, Crap. Okay. Okay, Crafty, I'm going to have Smashly as one. So we need 3 more name options. Smashly and Lacey. Okay, so 2 more. Because I know YouTube and dying to have a name night. Linity, Double and Isabel, Twiggy. Oh my God, Pun Kitty. Okay, Twiggy Azalea. Yes, Twiggy Azalea. You're gonna have to. So those are the 3 so far. We need one more. One more. Should I pin that? I'm gonna pin it. I'm gonna pin that one. Replacing. We're replacing it because we're naming this baby. Isn't she cute, y'all? Oh. She's a pretty one. But you see all those colors she has on her, and if you didn't know, like you're like, oh, that's gotta be a male, right? No, not this one. This is a baby. Even if this was a male at this age, they're not that colorful. This is just a baby chameleon that we know is a female. We wanted to do a girl names. Oh, look at her little bars she's showing right now. Yeah, you don't have to worry about me eating one of these at all. That'd be really stupid. James, thank you, Scrunch. Okay, you know what, James? We'll put Scrunch on there. So, okay. All right. So this is 4. Depending on how many other like participants, not different names from but like other people come in. We'll see how this goes. So, okay, I'm gonna need Scrunch, Twiggy Azalea, Smashly, and Lacey. Okay, can you all comment those again? Because I'm going to be typing it in my actually, never mind. I have my other phone. Hold on. Because I'm going to be, I'll let you all know, I'm not going to be able to see the comments. I'm going to be getting the poll ready, so I will not be able to see the comments. Name this. Oh, she's going to go on my finger. You don't want to go on my hand. This baby chameleon. So we were going to do Smashly. Smashly. That's funny. Lacey. So it's a Twiggy Azalea. No! Oh, god dang it. That's not what I meant to do. I meant to... Twiggy Azalea. Hold on. Twiggy Azalea. And what you said, god dang it, why does it not want to Scrunch? We are actually, because I don't know exactly. All right, we're gonna just go till 1 a.m. for this. Is that a decent size for the poll? And I know, like, it's gonna be a bit bigger, so you're not gonna be able to see the full screen. But let me know if that's. I always try to make sure that you guys can see it and are able to tap the options, because I know if it's a little too small, you can't read it. So who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? Oh my. Whoa. I'm not gonna lie, I was really liking Twiggy. But then Scrunch, dang, that's cute. All these names are really cute. They're really cute girl names. Double O's like, no. Depending on, you know what, we could do maybe one more poll after this, and we could do the winner of these polls. Okay, so we're gonna do this one till 1 a.m. and then we're gonna call it. And whoever wins this one, and then we're going to do a different poll of 4 different names. I'm going to try and get different people's participating name, different, viewers, for their name options. And then the winner, and then we'll do a final poll at the winner of the 2 polls. So, these are awesome. Yo, yes, that's about what they're that's about all these guys are dangerous, possibly, depending on how responsible or self-controlled you are. Is to your wallet. Look at this sweetie pie. Look at her. Now this is a girl. This is a girl. And I would never do, for real, I wouldn't really do names based on color with females, because until you actually see them full grown, I mean, they are for the most part generally like overall the same color, but you might have a female that has more of a certain tone to her, or shows a bit more purples on her cheeks than others. But generally, like, they're all very similar looking. So names usually personality kind of usually, or just other. But I'm just letting y'all know that she's not gonna actually look like this as she gets older. She's starting to grow to her juvenile female coloration, which is different than a full grown when they change her colors based on reproductive cycling. She will not be green as she ages. She looks like she is green right now. She will be she'll be kind of like a brownish peach color with pinks and oranges, peach coral colors, maybe a little bit purple, but it's not like as vivid as the males. When they're juveniles, so from like 3 months till about 5-6 months, they have like juvenile colors, which will have green, but then they get into their reproductive age coloration. Oh. So we got 3 more minutes, you all. So far, Scrunch is definitely way in the lead. So Scrunch is way up there. Is Scrunch going to win this poll? Lacey is in second, but it would take a lot of votes over the next few minutes to get caught up to Scrunch. She's so damn cute. Look at her. She looks like she's really in thought. She's just looking around. She's pretty chill. Well, her gular is puffed ever so slightly. She's definitely doing judgmental looks. So far, these clutch of babies, now I haven't like really handled them because they are young and little, but I'll tell you this, they're a lot calmer than the Kenny Powers Sybil clutch. The Kenny Powers Sybil clutch and the Gambino Gnarly Carly clutch, they are feisty. They're feisty. Same here, April. But that's why, so I don't name ones like that I'm not sure I'm keeping or ones I know I wouldn't keep. I normally don't name those babies because then I'll get attached. However, this is just a fun way to kind of like include everybody. And I always state, if I end up keeping the baby as a holdback, I reserve the right to change a name. But I never have, actually. Usually the names end up being just so like embedded in that particular chameleon, I can never change the name. I will say Bri-Bear, I might change his name if I end up keeping him instead of Curly Joe. You all will have to actually see the colors that Bri-Bear turns to understand why he's even making me consider it. We have less than a minute left, you all. So far, oh my gosh, Lacey is almost caught up. Is Lacey going to end up? Oh my gosh. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is it going to be Lacey or is it going to be Scrunch? We have less than a minute. I wish I actually knew how many seconds we had left. Oh my goodness, you all. I thought Scrunch was like not going to get caught up with any other name. But y'all, oh, Scrunch is, we have less than a minute. We have less than a minute. Dang, I thought Lacey was coming up. Is Lacey still could, depending on all, but Scrunch is in the lead. Scrunch is in the lead. And oh nope, it's still not 1 a.m. It's still not 1 a.m. Still not 1 a.m. No, it is Scrunch. Scrunch is the winner of that poll. Sorry, I do have a little bit of a cough. Okay. Did we want to do another one? Was there a lot of other people trying to name? Because if not, it's just Scrunch. I was trying to see. Oh my god. No, I would not eat. I breed these. I wouldn't eat. It's really stupid. Even as a female. Now, mind you, I undercharge for my females. Just, I do. I'm not going to lie. I spent $400 for their mom. I've never sold a chameleon female for that much. I never have. Anyways, yeah, that's an expensive bite of nothing. Like, there's nothing there. You're really stupid. Like, I'm sorry, but if I can't control what people do at the end of the day if they buy a chameleon for me. So if you buy a male, the cheapest male you would get from me is $500. But more than likely, it's gonna be closer to $600, $650, especially after shipping. So that's really. I can't control. I would say don't do it. If I found out you did, I'd hate it, and I would do a whole bunch of things that probably wouldn't be cool and subscribe your ass to a whole bunch of shit you probably don't want to be subscribed to because now I'll have your fucking address. Anyways, I'm sorry. But anyways, the stupid thing, don't do it. You're gonna be really judged. We're all judging you, and then you'd just be super duper judged. This is a little baby Panther Chameleon. It's a female. I think her name's Scrunch. Her name's Scrunch. We just named her Scrunch. I do. It's because, here's the thing, like, I mean, I've had a couple of clutches that were more male heavy than female heavy, But because of how many babies I've had hatch, females are just notoriously harder to sell than males. So, like at a reptile act, and here's the thing: unless you're a breeder, your people aren't really like concerned as much about the possible lineage quality of a female panther. They don't appreciate it. So even though she's a $400 plus female, her mom is. Her dad was my most expensive Ambilobi Panther Chameleon. Is her dad. Her mom is another very pricey. Yeah, actually, no. Her mom was from Camouflage Creations. Sahara is her mom, and I got her. And yeah, she was not cheap. She was not cheap, but she's gorgeous. She has amazing lineage. I don't ask that normally because I don't really. Some places have the means as far as if they don't sell their females, they don't give a crap. You know, like they're just gonna continue to take care of it. I don't have that right now. She is Scrunchual. I love her. So I'm going to put her back in her enclosure so she's not as like WTF. Oh God, Brybear's actually in his colors. I want to show you Brybear, who I might change the name of because has he been back in? The viewer that we named him after? I don't think he's been back in. I haven't seen him in a hot minute. And anyways, I will only do that if I keep him as a holdback. But y'all haven't seen the colors that are making me like, ugh, with Brybear. Because Curly Joe is gorgeous. We all know that. So, let me kind of sneaky. Here's Brybear. He's just chilling. You kind of see his pretty reds and blues right now, but nothing crazy. And look at Loki. Celestial, thank you for the star. James, she's not quite ready yet. She's still very young. She probably won't be ready till like July or August, depending on how big she grew. I think she was born in March, I believe. Like March 20 or something. So I don't sell them until they're 3 to 4 months of age, and usually it's closer to 4 months unless they're big. Look how much color Loki's got on him now. But here's Curly Joe. Celestial, thank you for the floating heart. Is what even legal? To have chameleons as pets, yes. The only state in the U.S. that you cannot legally own chameleons is Hawaii. I live in Missouri, so even if they were like to somehow escape, they would survive for a few months, and then winter comes along. Well, they would survive probably until October or November, and then winter come along, and so they are not there's no risk of them being invasive in Missouri, and they're not dangerous, and they're not endangered or threatened in the wild. So here's Curly Joe, the one I've been keeping an eye on for a while. He is very unique looking in this clutch, but like, I'm not saying, I'm not trying to like downplay him when I say but. He was the only male in this clutch I had my eyes on, and then when we did that photo shoot the other day, Brybear, man. And I don't know, he was showing off earlier today, and I don't know if he'll do it today or again or not, or for you all, but he was such a beautiful red and blue. Oh, so I don't know if I get him out with Curly, if we'll see. I mean, you could see how he has reds, and look at that. Like, he definitely has a lot more reds in him than he was showing before. And like that, he's not fired up. He was actually straight up like gorgeous reds and blues, like really bright the other day. Charlene, you're in here. Hello. T, what's wrong? I'm so confused. So we get Curly. Celestial, thank you for the 100. You see his reds he has. Oh. They kind of just back their back. They're like, awkward turtle, they say. They're brothers, but I individually raise. So they don't really see other chameleons too much. Wait, what? There you kind of see some of the Right there, you kind of see some of them. Like that's not as vivid as I saw, not as vivid and bright as I saw the other day. And I was like, where are those even from? So he is, yeah, and his blues connect in his belly. You see how they kind of go underneath his belly and connect. He didn't look like even like this once at the expo. So, but people thought he looked cool, and he wasn't even looking like this. And that's not even really that bright or anything. Yeah, they did, didn't they, April? Hi, Eduardo. Oh, sorry. Celestial, thank you for that poopy, the happy poop. They're so beautiful. They're clutchmate brothers, and they look so different. Chuck Norris is in Benny Wowzer's old enclosure because he's huge. He's huge. Absolutely, like, huge. Look, yeah, he's got lots of red on him. Oh, Bri Bear's like, huh? They look totally... Braxton, thank you for the gold coin. Damn, they are adorable. I will say Curly Joe, like, he's not fired up. I think Curly definitely has... Dang it, that's way too early. Hold on. I have everything all mixed up with my... Because I've been working on a whole bunch of enclosures. My timers are all off again. So I do know that's way too early. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Curly Joe, even in his resting colors, definitely has very vibrant. He is just a little... Oh. Bri Bear, let me see this for you all. Boo-da-ba-boo. See? And that's still not how bright and vivid he was, but he's getting like red body blue bar looks. Like, crazy awesome. So as far as, okay, there's two, the last one who got gelato, she was super like, so I had two, and she's one of them. I had two customers that people tend to blow off at reptile expos because they don't look the part. And so one thing I try to do, if we're able to, is I'll help the people, that customers, find everything that they need to leave with at the expo. And I try to find the best deals too. And I'll be honest with them, like, you know, this is this enclosure you need, but you can get it for like this much less on Chewy, if that's the case. However, like, one of the vendors had two extra larges that were way underpriced for, and I was like, go there, and I was like, hold on, let's go get them. But anyways, there was two people, customers I had, and they were polar opposite, as far as, like, one was a lot older and one was about my age. And they were people that don't look like they're going to be leaving with reptiles, I guess. And so the first one who got, she got Chameleonaire, and she wants to keep his name Chameleonaire. She's an older lady, and she has a walker, and her kids, or I believe her son and his wife, live with her. And what they do as a family for fun. Good night, Braxton. Thank you for coming in. And please feel better, T-Max. So they go and travel and go to different reptile expos together almost every weekend, or whatever. If there's in all of the Missouri and like this, and like they were in St. Louis the other week. Now they live in Jefferson City, which is the capital, kind of in the middle of the state. Springfield is about 60 miles north of the state line for Arkansas, and St. Louis is, God, 200 and something miles northeast of Springfield. So anyways, like, they drove just in a couple of weeks, they were there and there. They were going to Kansas City. Anyway, so they traveled to the reptile expos, and they research. They, like, this lady researches the crud out of like potential, like, she knows that she's going to see like ball pythons, like, so that's what she's ended up getting: ball pythons, crested geckos, dark, and she was showing their enclosures, and she's like, everything looks amazing, right? Well, because she never expected to see Panther Chameleons, she hadn't researched them, so, you know, I helped her, and I'm in contact with her. But anyway, so I walked around with her and was helping her get everything. Her kids were so like, thank you so much, like we know we could trust you, like, you weren't trying to like screw her over, and like, thank you so much. Or like, we have so many times where people are just like rude to her because they see this older lady in a walker, and they're like, she ain't gonna buy anything, she doesn't need any reptiles. And that lady spent $550 with me, and then probably another $600 at that show at different vendor tables that I took her to. So it's like, people look at her at the sometimes, you know, and I've never seen it happen with other vendors, but also I'm very busy, and the people I do choose to interact with more than a quick hi bye thing, like they wouldn't they wouldn't do that to people. But I've heard of this, and so a lot of people, I guess people were rude to her because they are thinking that she's just wasting their time. Yeah, no, she spent money. And then another one that I had, my last one, who bought gelato. She was this really beautiful. She was my age. She had 2 younger kids, and she was. I mean, please forgive me. I don't know if she was Filipino, if she was Mexican. The only reason I don't know is I've had friends who were Filipino, but they were very fluent in Spanish. But when her mom came in, she didn't sound. She sounded Filipino, if that makes sense. But she did not. Anyways, I don't. Anyways, she was super awesome. But Carolina was her name. And people, you see her, and like she's just like this, like we're like hee, like you don't think that. And also she has young kids, so right away people are like, oh, like they're just trying to be here for a petting zoo. That girl had her card went clickety clackety clank if you hit it with it. Like it was a heavy metal, like No Limit American Express. Like that girl just and went. But people had like judged her just based off of like, oh, she doesn't look like she's gonna buy a reptile. They lost a sale. And yeah, so she also told me that people never took her seriously at reptile expos. And then she showed me her stuff. Yeah, homegirl lives in a really huge house with a lot of reptiles. So and people, like, sometimes she's like, that's one of my things. And I could tell people don't take me seriously, or they're rude to me or my kids, I'll walk away. And so just know, if you ever been, like, don't just because they don't look like they're going to buy a reptile, don't be rude to them. Do I have ADHD? Fuck yeah, I do. Can't you tell? But anyways, they were just so happy. Both of those customers were so happy buying chameleons. Don't get off my stream. I am going to talk. What else? You want me to just stare at y'all awkwardly? I can do that. Hey, Clifford, thank you for the floating heart. Have I ever refused to sale crafty? So at reptile expos, I've refused online because they won't send me a picture of an enclosure. So then it's like, I'm not sending you anything until I see an enclosure. So I never got a picture. So I just sent them their money back. Like, I'm not trying to like, hey, you're not going to get, like, I'm going to not send you and so, but if you're not going to send me a picture of your enclosure, I'm not going to send you a chameleon. That gets a bit harder at reptile expos because some people are buying that don't, I'm helping them shop. I have told people I don't think a chameleon would be right for you based on them not like, well, we're going to want to handle all the time. And it's like, listen, like even if they are ones that want it or like, oh, tolerant of handling, like you only do it at the most an hour a day if they're not getting UVB. Like they're like, what? I have to stand outside? Or I'm like, yeah, unless you're having a UVB source. And they're like, so I can't just like walk around with it on my shoulder. Like, that's what I want to do. And I was like, yeah, this is not that. That's not what they do. You shouldn't, you can't do that with them. They're like, well, I mean, if I buy it, you couldn't, like, what, how would you? Like, they said something like that. I was like, how would I know? And I go, well, I just don't think a chameleon would be right for you. So I would probably look elsewhere. That was an interaction I had, but that wasn't, I don't know if it was the same thing. Exactly. Well, some people also don't grasp the concept that they are not the same as dogs and cats, mammal pets. Like they cannot actually form a bond with you. Now, I'm not saying that you can't have a relationship with them. Like you most certainly do have and form a relationship with your reptile pets, especially the chameleons. Like they're gonna look at you a certain way. James, thank you so much. My hair color, no, it's not. It should not have changed. I've not dyed it in a hot minute. It's mostly my natural. So males on average of about 5 to 7 years, females 2 to 4. However, with proper husbandry, I had a female that was 6 years old when she passed, and like he's turning more red. And I've known people who've had males that were over 10 years old. So the one I'm giving you is just like a modest average, but I believe that you can go way over that with good husbandry. My best friends, they might be reptiles, but like you just have to, here's the issue with it. If you are able, you can have like where you have your bond and like they're coming out to you and like, okay, like they love me. Okay, we can think that, but we just need to make sure that it's not affecting their husbandry. So, and like you'll watch my streams and you're like, oh, if a chameleon is coming out to me, before, like every time they first started doing it, like I'm also checking their enclosure, like making sure like their temperatures are correct and everything, like they're not trying to escape it for it's just, but the reason the ones that come out to me, why they do, is because they associate me with like food, like snacks and stuff, like, but you just can't let it affect your husbandry. And that's why there's such a push of like, oh, like they don't have bonds, like they don't think the same, they cannot have an emotional connection, like you don't want to, because you see a dog act like this whenever they're upset or whenever they're happy, and if you see a similar body movement or something with a reptile, and like, oh, they're happy, it doesn't mean that. And that's a big mistake a lot of people will make. Or, you know, like for a chameleon, for example, so say I was stroking its head and it closes its eyes. So some people are like, oh, it's relaxing. No, it's not. If a chameleon during the day or when you're handling it is closing its eyes, it's not because it trusts you and it's sleeping. It's because it's stressed out and it's shutting down. So notice, like their eyes are all, even though they're pretty calm, like their eyes are all open. When a chameleon closes its eyes, it's no longer able to keep an eye out for potential danger. So that's not good, because they're still looking around at everything right now. Even though he's on my head just chilling, like he's checking the other females out, looking for danger, looking for food. So if they shut their eyes, like they're shutting down, like they've accepted we're just gonna die. I have a lot. James, I have a Chihuahua, Steve, you already know that. So everybody was like, oh, can we have Selena? I'm sorry, I keep coughing. They eat live insects. Really though, in the wild, they're gonna eat anything that moves that they feel like they can fit in their mouth. Some of them are able to eat small birds, like hummingbirds. I've seen that happen. Now I've just seen a stupid, if you already know what video I'm talking about. It was a video somebody uploaded in a Facebook group, a chameleon group, and I was like, oh, I hate you. But they eat insects, so they are a boreal creature, so they live in the trees in the wild. So I don't do bioactive setups with the chameleons, mostly because you need to have hybrid to actually have an accurate bioactive enclosure with a chameleon. And I don't want to say honestly with most, because all of my bioactives with my other species are hybrid enclosures. You need a hybrid enclosure, so to go full bioactive. But anyways, I am replicating like basically a canopy. I'm trying to think of the proper word of it. God, the forced edge, basically, I think is a word. The proper word for what so like you have like your leaves and some branches, so they're able to bask at the branches that aren't like covered by the leaves from the plants that you have, but then like the branches also go lower and they can hide in the leaves. James, husbandry, thank you, James. Husbandry is, and I hate the term husbandry, it's literally every aspect of caring for them. It's every aspect of like almost like owning them too. So it's like the food that you feed them, the lights that you need for them, the humidity, the temperature that they need, what plants are good for them, schedules, supplements, everything literally about owning them is a husbandry. Like how you are keeping them alive is their husbandry. So that's like the term, like because at first I was like, well, when I first heard the term husbandry, I always thought it was like how like we were interacting and like also feeding. Because for some reason I thought husband, like, oh, we're taking care of our whatever, right? Yeah, no, it's just like the whole, like everything that involved with taking care of them. Please, Crafty, do you have a Facebook? Yeah, that was Brybear in my hair. Look how red he's starting to get. So their dad's Redline. And their uncle's John Gotti. So John Gotti's a red body blue bar, and damn, the side. Can we see this side of you, Brybear? Look at that. Yeah, so that's definitely more like his uncle. This one, I don't even know, because when I got Redline, he was like 4 or 5 months old. He did not have this much green on him. His coloration actually really resembles Redline's winter funk colors when he was in his resting state during the winter, his first winter funk he had. This is actually exactly what that looked like, but he's not in a winter funk. Like these are just his colors. So I'm curious to see what we're gonna get from Curly here. I'm gonna put these two boys up. Let's see who else. There we go, buddy. Curly Joe's like, I ain't done yet. Okay, Curly. Well then. Bri Bear's now looking all pretty. You gotta go back in there, Curly. Let's see. Put your cute foot back in. Oh, shit. Low-key. I wonder if Bri Bear will eat a silkworm. I think I offered him one. If we can get you... Can we get you in the mod chat on Messenger? I want to try and see if he'll eat a silkworm. If Bri Bear will. You're cute. Damn. Ever since that, like, almost asthma attack that I had Sunday, I've had, like, a little cough. It's very, I feel fine every other way. I don't have a runny nose or anything. But, like, that cough is annoying. Okay, let's zoom in and we'll see if, not that much. See if Bri Bear will eat a silkworm. Oh God, look at that. Look at that. And these, oh. Happy birthday. Damn. I'm sorry. Sure what? Oh God, no, don't say that. Well, that's... I mean, will that happen because we talk so much, though? Sure, because I would get that from talking as much at the shows. Like, I'll sometimes lose my voice, but I didn't have, like, no voice before the expo for, like, a couple days. I don't know if he just doesn't really not see it. I don't think he's noticed it, because I've not even seen him once look at the silkworm. He's getting colorful. What are you on a mission for? He's on a mission for something. Wait, what? What about... Oh my God. Hey, I'm down to look like a chameleon. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine? I think, like, if I just started to, like, slowly transform into, like, a human chameleon hybrid thing, like, I'd probably end up making a lot of money. Just saying. We have to turn that into some blessing, okay? Charlene, get out of here. That pisses me off, dude. That pisses me off. That pisses me off. How did you find out? Wait, what did they say? God dang it. God dang it. Now I'm all like, gah. Like, it makes me... See, I don't feel sick, but this cough is very annoying. Damn it, Charlene. No, I'm not mad at you, obviously. I thought, because I wasn't even coughing. It was like when that girl was by me, and I thought it was something she was wearing. Like, all of a sudden, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you know, I was like, well, you saw. And then I used your inhaler. So I didn't have mine with me. No, Punky, that pisses me off. Oh, he's like, oh, I'm sick, by the way. If I was Nick, I'd be like, oh. And I would have walked away. See, I don't like that. It's one thing if you don't know. But, like, I understand not wanting to back out of a show, like, that you're committed or what. Well, here's the thing with show me's, like, they'll at least, they'll move it to a different show, like, your money that you spent. Like, they may not refund you. They can, depending on certain things. Like, but they will at least transfer it to a different show. So if you vend with, like, it's not like your money's going away. So thank you for the star. But, like, I just don't like that at all. And I was never, and I'm not, like, I know other people are, and I'm not, like, trying to sound a certain way, like, oh, like, I don't agree with you or anything. But I was not one who was like, oh my gosh, like, COVID, we gotta, like, we can't go nowhere, we gotta wear masks everywhere. I was not like that. However, I've always, especially after having kids, I should rephrase that, especially after having children, or when I was first pregnant, because I got sick when I was pregnant my first, and it was always, I would get bronchitis. It was miserable. I got bronchitis so bad when I was 7 months pregnant that the risk of going into labor early was so great that they literally prescribed me liquid codeine. But anyways, side right, Boston, thank you for the high fives. I have always hated it. Like, if I'm sick, I'm not going nowhere ever. Like, and I will call, and like, when I used to have like a job where I had to clock in and stuff, like, hey, I'm sick, just so you know, like, I don't want to get other people sick. I would be honest with them. And actually, before I had kids, I was working from home. Like, my job was remote, so it didn't matter. The only time I actually called in from sick is because I was like nauseous and spitting sick. Anyways, I hate that. I've always hated that. If you know you're sick, like, don't. It pisses me off. Anyways, I don't think so, because he has been, I raised him, I hatched him, captive bred for a while, and they live longer in captivity with proper husbandry. But he is definitely climbing a lot, because why are we? So let's look and see what he's trying to get to. He's giving us a big hint right now. If we look at his eyes, if you all have been watching my stream, you might recognize, because he is 5 months old now, so you might start to feel a little certain things here and there. What do his eyes tell you? What markings you see on his eyes right now? What are those telling you? They might be a little faint, but remember, he's only 5 months old. So what do those markings on his eyes tell you that he's probably trying to climb to right now? Charlene, well, I mean, I don't have a compromised immune system. I don't have health insurance. So, like, where is this gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, I mean, if I have to, I will. Exactly, Jill, you're right. Oh, that's so cool. And also, I didn't mean to sound rude, Wonka. I thought, like, you were implying that he needed to go back to the wild. So sometimes I get all, like, I don't always, well, you know, it's kind of a response, because it's not that I'm trying to be defensive. Like, I'm like, no, it's just, I don't want people like, oh, maybe they're right. Because I always try to clarify the difference with captive bred, wild caught, and all that jazz. What just happened? He is very focused, Nebula. How are you doing? Exactly, Crafty. He wasn't even interested. Well, you know, I do have some superworms left. I don't know if I ever even fed him. Let's try feeding him a superworm. Maybe that, because they do move a bit more. Silkworms are very slow. Silkworms are just very slow. Sometimes, though, like, they will end up doing this stupid, like, little dance thing, and it's like, you dummy. Like, they're, like, obviously standing out. That one that I had right there was not really doing too much of anything. Now I just need to find the tongs. I am going to try a superworm with him, because I'm not about to, like, go and free handle a superworm, though. But we'll see if a superworm entices him at all. I just gotta find my tongs for him, and after that, I think I will maybe get one of the bigger males out. We'll see what Brybear does. Because I know we haven't had our normal chameleon time in a hot minute, so. And also, whenever these cages come in later this week, I'm probably going to be, we'll still stream, but it's going to be, you know, Brittany's working and not holding the chameleons as much, probably. You already been there when we were making these other enclosures. Like, I know I just saw it. Oh, here they are. Okay. Oh, yeah, so they definitely taste different. So super worms are like bacon. They are high in sodium and higher in fat. They're literally like bacon to these guys. They tend to get addicted. Silkworms, they taste good. Like when my chameleon sees silkworms, he's never eaten one before. And I want to say I've only fed him. Actually, no, he ate one at the show. He was eating some at the show. But I usually feed like babies and like once the babies are out of the fruit fly stage, I feed them crickets. I feed them crickets because they are really high in protein. They're going to get them growing faster too. But also they aren't going to cause a food strike. Like if I introduce superworms to a juvenile, there's a chance that he's going to go on a food strike because he knows what good stuff's actually out there. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, don't give me chicken and tuna breast. But, you know, they can't live off of superworms. Like, that's a treat. You know, like, it doesn't give them enough nutrients to be a staple part of their diet. And when they're growing, I don't want them to go through a food strike. It's very important when they're young that they eat every day. Multiple, like, as much as they want to eat, really, because they're growing. So I don't want that food strike to happen. They will eat eventually, but you're gonna have to. All right, let's try this one. Okay. Yeah, I think he's too focused on a lady. Well, wait. So that one, I saw his eye that he is closer to you all. I saw it actually look at the superworm. The superworm's a lot more movie around. Come on. Oh, dude, don't even act like you don't want the superworm, though. Don't act like you don't want the superworm. No, god dang it, there was hay. But no, you know, when I used to have my horse and I'd go to the horse barn all the time, I had to wash my face, like, really good because sometimes the dirt and the dust would make my eyelids, like, have, like, an allergic reaction. But I never had, like, respiratory issues. All right. There. He sees it. God, this one's... Well, that one's gone because I went to one of those cracks in my garage floor that I'm sure is from some earthquake or some shit. I don't know. The cracks on this floor are awful. So that is a very much so. That superworm is free because I'm sure that crack connects to the other world or whatever. So anyways, he gone. Like, look. Like, I am not getting him. Like that, some of these cracks here in this house, you gotta be careful. And there's bigger ones than that because, like, you could like have a ring or some shit and it's gone. So just FYI. There's things I kind of like about here, but there's a lot of things I don't like about my move. I miss my basement a lot. I miss the chameleon basement for a lot of reasons. I do appreciate the space, the layout, but that's about it. Everything else is a hassle. Okay, get the damn superworm because he was looking at it, but he wasn't fast enough, and the superworm was like way faster. You know you want it. You are taking dear ass time. You are looking at that. You want it. There you go. Get it. Yeah, good job, Brybear. He got it. Good job, buddy. Budutch, Wonka. Curtis, thank you for the sparkles. Yeah, so he got that superworm real fast. He goes, hell yeah. Let's get a bigger one now. A bigger one. I can hardly talk, I guess. My bigger one. A bigger one. What was that? I guess I'm still stuttering from this weekend. Poor little superworm. He will not get to grow into be a big old beetle like he... Oh, look at his gular. Wow, dude. You got a pretty gular. Did I show y'all Loki recently? He shed right before we left for the expo, and he's looking freaking gorgeous. Look at Loki. I did not take Loki to the expo because of his tail, but... Whoa. They do. That's one of the very few times that both of their eyes look at the same thing as when they're about to tongue zap food. Look at Loki's pretty yellow he's getting on his belly. So this is my oldest Gambino Bonita male. I have a lot of younger brothers to him from the retained clutch. But I have not really shown him too much. Hi, Loki. He does a lot of similar things to his sire Gambino. Like, he's kind of got the same derpy, cute, adorable face. The way he walks is very similar. And these are his resting colors. I mean, he had a little bit of yellow on the bottom, but these, like, he's got he actually, damn it. I wonder if I could find the picture. Let me find the I can, because it's in my Google Photos. I know what year and about the month. Thank you for the star. I'm going to find a picture of him when he was, I'm not him. I'm finding a picture of Gambino is what I meant to say. When Gambino was, I hate going back to that, like, time, though, because just seeing my old house and my kiddos when they were babies, I'm always like, ah! Anyway, sorry. All right, let's scroll down, because I will have pictures of Gambino when his daddy, when he was around his age, a little younger, older. Damn, hold on. Yeah, I do miss my old house. I hate scrolling back this far. To the memories, I don't like to see some of them. We're getting closer. Like, this picture always makes me, I miss my doggy as well, but that's what Joey when he was a lot younger. He was a good dog. Anyways, that's one. Anyways. It's like mental torture for Brittany. It's like, we're gonna find this picture at Gambino, damn it. Because we were in about the month that I got him. We're getting closer. This is when okay, now I'm getting pictures of Pumpkin, my first jumping spider pet that I had. And she was hella cute. She was so damn cute. Pumpkin. Anyway, I'm trying to get, dude, ADHD, I swear. I'm sorry, I can't see the comments because I'm like trying to find the picture of his daddy. Because I think they look very, very, very similar. Oh my god. Look at this picture I took of my first jumping spider, though. I'm sorry, ADHD. Can you not, don't tell me that that's not fucking, I'm sorry, that's adorable. Like, is she not adorable? Like, look how freaking sweet. She's just like, oh, hi, don't mind me. I'm just eating a fruit fly. Like, they're freaking cute. She's like, oh, look at my puppy dog face, but I'm a jumping spider with the fruit fly. Don't mind me, I'm harmless. Oh. Like, fuck. She had puppy doggy eyes. I love jumping spiders. Anyways, back to finding your daddy when he was your age. Damn it, it's all these jumpings. I see, I started with one. Curtis, thank you for the pepper. I need to update the pen. Can you please? I can't. I'm gonna have a hard time. Is it just up? Is this it? Got it. Thank you, Dan. You're amazing, Danny. I love you. There, bada bing, bada boom, Gambino. I'm gonna get to these pictures, I swear. And then y'all are gonna be like, oh wow, he does kind of look similar. It wasn't really worth that whole weight and mental, emotional torture that we saw you go through to get there. But thanks for showing us. Gosh, that was cool, Brittany. All right. We're on our way. We're getting there. Actually, I've seen pictures of Kenny Powers. Okay, I know you want to see it. You want to see a little baby Kenny Powers? You want to see a little baby Kenny Powers? Look at little baby Kenny Powers. Little baby Kenny Powers. Wasn't Kenny Powers adorable little baby? That's Kenny Powers. When he was a baby. Little baby Kenny Powers. Okay, sorry. Because you all know who he is and what he looks like. So when you all get to see, is you know, because I mean I'm back in 2023. God dang it! My daughter falling in love. That was not my horse, but he's the reason that made. Look at her. She's like, oh, I love I love that was a off-track thoroughbred, and he was super good with kids. And she's like, "Oh, I love him." So it was my fault, I guess you could say, that I got her. Damn it! Like now I'm showing you this. I can't do this anymore. Which
love you, but I know you want to get out. I know, but we can't. I never had you. I know. Mouth
fucking memory left. Ah! He did. He was a little zebra. Kitty Powers was a little that was a gray. God, what was his name? Valentino was the bay. The other thoroughbred that was boarded there was Valentino. God, why can't I remember? Now, Valentino, he was an off-track thoroughbred, but super, like, I never rode him. Because I was like, I'm not trying to ride an off-track thoroughbred. Anyways, this was my horse. Fuck, I can't, I'm sorry, but I'll show you I had to sell him. And so I actually, this is the first picture I've looked at Maverick, probably since I've sold him. This is my horse, Maverick. So I miss that dude. He was so awesome. Quarter horse. Little boy. Anyways, I'm trying to find Gambino, damn it. And here I'm not showing you horses because now we're like, I miss him. Damn, I miss him so much. Oh, no. This was her horse, but she loved Maverick a lot. Thank you, Curtis, so much. I miss riding. I used to ride. Yeah, I miss riding horses. I'll be shit. Like, I was really in shape after all that riding horses too. Like, and because I also worked at this barn. I worked at that to pay for his board. I worked at the barn and so yeah, I was really in shape. And so then I just like boom, completely like lost all that exercise, and I freaking put on like 20 or 30 pounds, I think, after losing the exercise. And god dang it, we're fighting Gambino. I'm sorry for the sidetrack. I'm doing it. I'm looking for Gambino, dang it. Looking for Gambino. We're getting Gambino. We're getting Gambino. Oh, yes. Yes, Danny. Best shape ever. Best shape ever. Oh, fuck. Now I find this damn one. Stay on the stool. That's his chest.
Chest.
Yeah.
That's our chest.
He likes you brushing him.
Mom.
Being careful on that stool, sissy.
Right.
Ah, damn it. This is a mental, emotional torture for me.
Right.
Yeah, she loved her horsey. Yeah, he was a quarter horse. Well, he was a grade, so he was not a registered. He was grade quarter horse. He was fancy broke. He was a ranch horse before I got him, so he did a whole bunch of cool stuff. Like his previous owners trained him like he would slide, stop, he would spin real fast. I don't know the proper terms for any of this, to be honest with you, but he did a lot of the See, now I'm having brain farts. Like, I'm forgetting the sport when it was a sport I was, like, maybe wanting to get into with him, but that, no, it'll never happen. He was a really sweet horse. God dang it, Gambino. I swear to God, we're going to get the pictures of him. Raining is the word. He was also, technically, his markings were to make him a paint. Like, but you hardly, like, it was like the white right in there, and he had like a white speckle on his belly. Look at Loki on my hair. Wonka. Okay, so I was not expecting to have to sell my horse, and I will be on, like, if I interacted with a horse randomly. I took my kids, I took Amelia, it was just Amelia actually, to this park that is also like a riding trail, but I've never seen any people out there. And this girl came trotting on her gorgeous paint horse, and her huge Great Dane was just trotting along next to him, like very well trained dog. And Amelia was like, because I haven't been around horses with Amelia either since April of 2025 is when I sold Maverick. And I had to sell him because I was trying to pay my kids' tuition. And so, yeah. But anyways, it's hard because like I get emotional around them. It's like weird. Like I grew up riding a lot, but I never owned a horse of my own until I was like 30. And yeah, so it didn't, I was just like, I don't know, it kind of like hurt a lot in my head. This is Gambino when he was about, God, so this is young Gambino. Hold on real quick. Okay. Just had to make sure. You never know what pictures you might see. That's Jay holding Gambino. Young Gambino, so he was like 4 months old. But actually, look at that. I forgot about that. I haven't seen so he actually had a good amount of red in his blue bars. Wonka, I have a lot of chameleons, trust me. So, yeah, that's Gambino, and he actually did have a good amount of red in his bars. Look at that. And here he is sleeping. There's Gambino, and he was sleeping, so I just got him. That's a hard picture to get good quality in. And yeah, so I just got him in these pictures. But anyways, Loki, I guess I was getting at, looks, in my opinion, very similar to his dad, doesn't he? What do y'all think? I'm gonna try and get back to the... Uh-oh. He's like, quit. She's like trying to climb the other phone. I was like, wait, no. We want... He goes, no, we're not He goes, WTF, man. He's determined to get on this phone. Oh, God. Okay, there you go. Man. Wonka, I understand the concern of right, because I do get it. I do get it. Like, you could have the best horse in the world, completely like a bomb-proof horse, and then just one little fluke thing. I get it, but I'm gonna tell you though, if there's a passion there with them, eventually they're gonna do it. So, I mean, that was even... I took lessons from when I was like 4 till I was about 10, and English, and I was jumping and learning how to do dressage. And then when my mom met my stepfather, we moved to where in this area, and honestly, what aggravates me is like, once I realized how much riding lessons were, because I was a kid, so I didn't understand it. What I was doing at that it was costing more, but there was a stable that when we moved here, I literally could see the horse stable with riding lessons from my backyard, kind of, if you want to call it a backyard, because it's just I happened to be on a hill and I could see the field like maybe half a mile away with the horses and stuff in it. But my stepdad told my mom, and she was like, no, that's riding horses is a waste of, like, well, if you're gonna do any lessons, she needs to do piano lessons. I had no fucking interest in piano lessons, but although I did teach myself how to play after I was like, oh, okay, and then I taught myself how to play like Moonlight Sonata and whatnot by Beethoven. I was good at it, I just wasn't interested in it. But she told me it was because she couldn't afford it. And then I found out that they were like $30 an hour, and I was like, which you only do like once a week. But so that I was like, no. But anyway, so then I got back into riding. I would ride some with my friends here and there as a teenager, and then once I was like done having babies, I was like, I want to get back into it, and yeah, so We don't sell eggs. No, I do not sell eggs. I do breed Panther Chameleons. This is one of the ones I produce. This is Loki. I was showing everyone his dad at around the same age because I think that they look very similar. If I, I have not really, I mean, I guess I've never really, I have not had a really bad horseback riding injury. I have had, like, incidents around horses, but they were nothing significant. Now, my hands are still permanently affected, but it's not because of the horse. It's because when I was a kid, I fell on a really tall monkey bar thing. I was like in 3rd grade, and the way I landed, it was really stupid how I landed, but my hands took a lot of the pressure from the fall. But I was about ready to, and this is what's messed up, so the reason the horses are tied into my hands will still randomly hurt to this day. I think I broke them, but I was about ready to start. I forgot exactly what it was called, but it was something with dressage, and I did not want to not get into that lesson. Like, I was really excited for it, and I knew if my hands were wrapped up or anything, I was not going to be able to, and then I wouldn't have been able to try for like 6 months or something. So what did I do? I didn't tell anybody, and I put on really tight riding gloves when I got, like, ones that are a little, and I put in there, like, to help compress. I'm honestly surprised I even knew how to do all this at, like, 9 or 8. Like, I thought to do this stuff. How old was I? I've been, like, 8 or 9. And, yeah, so I didn't tell nobody about that, and I rode, like, and it hurt. I remember it hurt. My hands hurt really bad. But the tight gloves helped some. And I never told anybody about that. So, because I never did. And I just kind of kept dealing with it. So anyways, my hands will like I'll hold something to the, and like my hands will, like when I'm holding, and I'll drop it. So I'm always nervous not to carry stuff that's glass. Anyways. Yeah, I did. What's funny, it wasn't the actual me, because I've fallen off of a horse a lot. Like, I have. The worst now I will say, in one fall I definitely had a big ass bruise. It hurt. It was, exactly. That's why I didn't want to have my hands wrapped up, because I wouldn't have been able to, Danny. Yes, they do recognize those chats. Oh, I'm sure, Wonka. I live in Missouri. Now, my riding lessons, about the stuff I was doing, like, I was in Overland Park, Kansas at that point when I was doing those lessons. I'm sure they were a lot more expensive, but I was going to competitions and stuff. Like, I was doing a whole lot more. And, like, I mean, shoot, my freaking boots were probably $300 as a kid back in the day. All that was a way more expensive, but just to ride, at the end of the day, I just wanted to be able to ride horses and be around horses. If I wasn't doing that, I was fine with it, because I just thoroughly enjoyed being around the horses. So I would have been fine not doing that. Oh God. Wait, the one where the girl was stabbing the horses? And chameleons do recognize this. I don't know if I said that one or not. But yeah, he looks similar to... I haven't seen... And that's not, I don't really watch too much, like, stuff about horse. I'm like, I get all sad. I'm like, I have to sell my horse. And Amelia, almost every day, is like, I miss Maverick. I was like, I know. Oh, yeah. Hi, Davon. So we're talking about Danny and I are talking about the same thing. Omar, you're talking about something different. I wanted to do pole bending when I got back. That was something I really wanted to try to do. Not barrel. It's a sport with riding on horses. What the fuck was that on my butt? What the hell? Oh, shit. Okay. Oh my God, that's hilarious, Punkady. That's awesome, though. Dude, those have been hella expensive. I've seen how much some of those, like, dyed boots are. Like, dude. I don't know, but I already know at the same time. Like, that would have been... Well, I have some of my corral boots. Yeah, once you start getting boots that are, like, really, really, really meant for riding, and then they start getting cut, they're even more expensive than those fancy-ass, like, corral boots that you would never... I mean, I guess you could wear to, like, Western Pleasure, but, you would never really want to ride a horse with them. Unless you just have that money to do and deal with the dirt of them. Oh, okay, Wonka, I got you. We were talking about horses. Damn, shit. Damn, Wonka. Hector, thank you for the floating heart. Who knows who this chameleon is? And it is not Gambino. I'll let y'all know that one. Hold on, phone. Sorry, I was trying to put it on the magnet. Dude, that was so messed up. I was reading about that one. Me? Why am I so cruel? How am I cruel? Me? What happened? I'm so confused right now. Oh, I think she's going to. But she is. I mean, don't they have video evidence of all that? Good. Jay. Hello, who's this one? Do y'all know who he is? It's 2 a.m. But we want to eat. My grandma told she had to. Charlene knows who this is. Oh, where you were saying like, no, and she had to. The whip, like, was it with the little like, God, what is that? The little one called where you just like tap their butt with it? Was it that little short one, or you mean was it a whip? I know, like, it kind of gets with the little sometimes. So like, a lot of times, especially with lessons, they'll give students those little short ones, and they're like, because if you understand how thick their hide is, like, they feel that, like, because one of the reasons is, especially students are taking lessons, they are going to overuse pressure at their feet, their legs, or overly dig their heels and kick or whatever, which you don't want to have happen to a horse all the time. Like, you know, if it's an accident or someone's learning and it only happened a few times, whatever, like, it's not good, but to have like a lesson constantly be getting over like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing and get like too hard of a tap. Like if you're just supposed to apply pressure to get them to move forward, which is literally a squeeze. It's not a kick. But I know a lot of lessons, especially with English, will give the little like, it's not a whip. What is that called? But they don't want them to over kick on when they're teaching, just because kids can, you know, not where they're trying to be mean, it's just they're not understanding the proper way to get them to go. Thank you! Thank you! Thank you! Crop, that's what it is. I forgot what it was called, because I know that's like very, like, you really have to obviously like really go with that to really do anything, especially a kid. Oh, I'm sorry, Wonka. I have oh God. I'll have to do a count again because, well, I think I still have around probably like 100, like 180 or something. I haven't in a while. Oh, that's good, Punkhead. You know, so my the people that would do lessons, that I took my lessons when I was a kid, when I moved to Overland Park. Well, and I actually look back and I really admire this, that they did this. So, you know, like when you're going behind a horse, like, you know, like you don't want to, like, you want to basically, like, you're like rubbing against, like your body's touching, you're just like right there. And it's for your own safety. You're letting the horse know that you're there, but the closer you are to the back of the horse when you're walking behind it, if they were to kick, there's less amount of damage if they're not able to get a full extend of their leg to kick you. So that was always an important thing that they would teach us. Is like, the proper way to walk them, lead them out, open a gate, all this. But anyway, so when you would do your lessons, they would teach you, and then they started to expect you, even as a little kid, to groom the horse, everything, tack them up, and take them out, and you had to do everything properly. If you messed up, like if you didn't actually go behind the horse properly, because they made you go behind the horse, they rather you go behind the horse than underneath its neck, like, or like right in front of them. Like, they rather you go behind them, like pat, 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 and be real close to them. But if you messed up doing that, they would make you start all over, no matter where you were at, and you're getting the horse ready. You could be getting ready to mount the horse for a lesson, and you don't do that or whatever, and they would be like, okay, and they would have you take the horse all the way back to the stall, and you'd start everything over, and it did cut into your lesson time. So if you, depending on where you're at, you may not actually get to ride the horse that day. And so they were very, very, like, making sure that we did everything right, which is very good. So chameleons are sensitive to incorrect husbandry. But the hardest part really is getting their enclosure set up properly. And as long as you get from a reputable breeder, we're going to hold your hand through the process. Wait, well, I'm so sorry. Nobody said, I'm confused. Wait, what? Oh, you say you don't like the riding of the, would I ride a human? You're so freaking awful. So they change your color based on mood and temperature. Damn it, dude. That is a big. I'm trying so hard. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to act professional and answer this question, you guys. They are like walking mood rings. We were lied to. We were gaslit by all the movies we used to watch, all the shows where they change their color based, like everyone's like, why isn't he not whatever color skin tone's considered? I mean, I know, yes, I'm white, but like my skin tone, if I was to get my Prismacolor colored pencil and line up them up, it's not the white one. It's like it's not that. It's not white. It's not that one. Whatever color this is. He's not that color, clearly. He's in the green resting shades. We're gonna see if he wants a silkworm. Have we gotten any? Where are we so far today? I was really hoping we could get to 10,000 subscribers by my birthday on June 17th. That'd be awesome. But dang, it's slowed down at that show this weekend. Where are we right now? Oh, wrong button. Didn't even do that one. I mean, you don't want to, like, are their mittens damaged easily? Not really. You have to be careful when you're trying to, if you're ever trying to get them out of their enclosure, like, you don't ever want to, like, pull them out. You kind of want to trick them to climb onto you. They can't, if you kind of, like, pull them out and, like, they were, like, wrapped around a tree or whatever with their feet, and you might, or especially the screen on their enclosure, you could accidentally pull a nail out, so you need to be really careful with that. As far as damaging their mitts, I guess also another thing that could, we're at 8,800, well, 8,888, so we're almost at 8,900. We could maybe do it. We could maybe get to 10,000 by June 17th. That'd be so cool. They eat live insects. See, I actually, because I really don't have any lip product on, I would, like, I'm not like, oh, I'm not gonna get, like, I'm not afraid of anything like that. I'm not gonna give the satisfaction of some of the viewers to see me kissing a lizard. So, because I already know what ends up happening to the comment section after that. Wonka. It's just because even if you're joking, and I know I'm seeing the humor, but there are, first of all, even though I say not for children, we have kids that come in and watch, and there are people who just don't like, they get, when our mods aren't here, and I'm getting all the comments are being, how our comments can get here, like, this is actually a really tame night, I think. Yeah, there's people like, what in the world? Like, they don't like it. So they would fight. Males would fight. And it's like, yeah, it's like my stick, my leg. They want to be the only males around. More food, more sticks, more ladies. Let's give him a silkworm. Freedom of... Listen. I do enjoy the freedom of speech I have on YouTube streaming compared to TikTok. I have literally I've not even streamed on TikTok in, God, a month now. And that's where I started streaming. We have like 77,000 followers over there. And at one point we were streaming and it was like pretty, actually decent income for me there. But dang, I couldn't tell you the name of the enclosures. Like I couldn't, like, oh, I got their ZoomEd's Reptibreeze line. Reptibreeze line. I couldn't say that. I couldn't say TikTok. I couldn't say YouTube. I couldn't say Facebook. I couldn't say I do sell them. I couldn't say that. Now, obviously, I don't actively sell them on YouTube. I couldn't tell you how much, like, oh yeah, he would be this much. I couldn't say anything like that. However, the thing is, you just, like, gotta be respectful. We just don't like to have comments that people are just about. Like, we have humor, and, like, it could get where it's like, oh God, did we really say that? But as far as, like, when it's trying to ask things about what I'm doing or anything that's applied to me as far as that way, yeah, no. Thank you, David. Oh, God dang it. This one, oh! Jill, I apologize. Charlene said she knew, and for some reason I thought, this is Big Polly. He's a yellow body blue bar. It's Big Polly. No, it's because Charlene said, and I had a brain fart. This is Big Polly. So Big Polly is one of my biggest male panther. Him and John Gotti are really similar in size. It's kind of, I don't know. It's tough. Like, they're very close in size. Redline, until he started to age, he also was about this size. He's gotten a little thinner, and I'm like, man, I want to repump you up though. Like, but he is an F1. So what F1 means is to be considered F1, one of the parents needs to be wild caught. So in his case, his sire BB, whom I do not own, I don't own his sire, but his sire BB was wild caught. Big Polly. Oh, God dang it, Wonka. This is his resting color. Completely alone. This would be his resting. It's like, man, I'm not basking. I don't see a female I think's pretty. I don't see a male I want to. So the only males he can see right now are my juvenile males that he's a lot bigger than. He knows he's big. He's like, they don't bother me. He doesn't see them. Now, some of my other males, like Kenny Powers, if they were to notice the juvenile males, they're like, ugh, like, there could only be one male, and they'll get defensive. Like, we're like, ugh, and get all yellow and stuff. But these are his resting colors, just completely, really unfazed. There we go. But he sees these silkworms, and he goes, oh, heck yeah. He's like, Mom, why would you do that? You got it. Good job. You got one little one left. Silkworms are really good for them. Good job, Big Polly. There you go. He's like, that's super good. Yummy, yummy. This is my garage. Well, now it's a chameleon garage or laboratory. They're pretty awesome. Wait a minute. Omar can't see. Oh. It is too ugly. Well, that's what you think. A lot of people don't think that, man. A lot of people are like, oh, wow, I like these guys. Listen. This wouldn't, I mean, for me, like, I have a lot of chameleons. I'm not feeding all the ones I have, like, not the babies. I'm not feeding them these. I got a lot of these at the show. Like, somebody hooked us up. It was like $60. Yeah, it was $60, and he gave me 250 And he's like, it's more than that, but that's just like the count per se on the cups. But there's going to be more than two. He gave me like at least 250 silkworms, which that price is freaking amazing. Dang it. Yeah, you don't have it on all comments, Omar. That's why you're not seeing them. You have to hit that little settings button. Oh, look at him. He's like, yeah, that was pretty freaking good stuff right there. So, I'm kind of brighten up a little bit. He is, Big Polly's, he's really pretty. I almost took him to the expo, but then, you know, so he's shedding more here. And when they're full grown, they do partial body sheds. I should have taken him though, because even though he's actively he doesn't look as ashy as hardly any of the other males. Dang, I love his eyes. Nope, I've never have. Are you about to tell us one, Identity? So, Jay Smith, it does depend on the individual chameleon itself. So, the ones that you see me handling, they are pretty tolerant and chill. They're pretty tolerant of handling. Like, I have taken him to expos. I won't take my chameleons to expos. I take them to expos not to sell them. I always take full grown males so people can see, like, oh, they end up looking like that when they are full grown. Every Panther chameleon is going to have a different tolerance level. Well, or I mean, it's just an individual thing. I say different tolerance, but so I have several males that'll walk out to me. They're very chill. Like, he's not actively trying to climb away from me. He's just chill. He knows that when he knows that me walking tree, when I come around, that he's going to get food or he's going to get a lady. Like, I'm like a walking tree wingman food bringer thing to these guys, okay? Now he's going to try to climb the foam. He's like, give me your hands. He's like, I want to climb that foam. He wants to go up to maybe the ring light, or he might actually see some of the other, he might know, I think he's starting to notice the juvenile females. Now, other chameleons, like Panther chameleons, I should say, and it does depend on species. So Panther chameleons tend to be more tolerant of handling, or there's a higher chance of them being more tolerant of handling. Some will forever hate you. Like, I have Sybil. I don't handle her unless I'm for the brief period of me putting her in Kenny Powers enclosure when she's receptive. She will bite, but they let you know. Like, they're very evident if it's not like you're not like, oh, am I stressing them out? Like, they're gonna let you know if they don't want you to handle them. Other species like veileds, they typically are punkheads that will forever hate you. So veileds, you're gonna have a lot less chance of being able to hold them. Now, if you do have a chameleon that's tolerant of handling, I would, unless they are getting exposed to the proper UVB, I would not have them out for more than like an hour max without UVB. So, like, in total, like if you, like, maybe 30 minutes here and then 30 minutes there, whatever. Their bites, they have 360-degree range of vision. Their bites, they're not that bad. They hurt more than a paper cut. They're startling. Like, the bites are like, oh my gosh, because when they do bite you, it's very dramatic. But it's not, it's more than a paper cut. It's not as bad as like a cat scratch, a cat bite, dog scratch bite, all of that. Like, when my dogs, you know, and I have little ones, but especially like my Azul, my old dog, if he ever was excited when he was younger and he would jump because he was excited when he came home and his claws that hurts more. Stubbing your toe, like, for real, like me, I hate stubbing my toe for one, I guess, but yeah, that's gonna ruin my whole day potentially, or even a week, depending if I break a toe or not, because I tend to break my pinky toes when I stub my pinkies. But a lot of times when they bite you, most of the time when a chameleon bites you, like, on purpose, they're trying to scare you to get away from them, so they're not trying to hold on to you and keep you there. Curtis, thank you for the high fives. Thank you. Yeah. And depending on the type of teeth that a python had, like, I don't know, because I know, like, ball pythons is not like it's not a big deal if they bite you, but like the green tree pythons or the emerald boas, they have fangs, and I mean, they're pretty. I love the green that they are. Like, I love that shade of green, but I am not trying to actively ever handle one of those ever. Oh, dude, I bet I've had literally where my half my foot was black from stubbing my pinky. It hurts so bad. Yeah, they can. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now I saw. No, I didn't even see. Yeah, they can. I don't know why I didn't put the two and two with the names together. I guess I'm tired. Yes, they can. And you also see. I like snakes. Like I really like. I'm not afraid of snakes. Um, like if I know one's just like really like pew pew, like always striking to bite. Like yeah, I really don't want to hold that. But I don't ever want to get. I don't ever want to have a snake where it's highly recommended or really suggested or you should just do this. That they're so big that you need to have two people. Like you need to have somebody with you to feed them just in case. Or you also have to have. It's really strongly recommended to have two safety, one lethal, one non-lethal device if they do happen to get wrapped around you. I don't want that. I don't want that. We actually not too long ago in St. Louis, a dude was. It was either a Burmese python or a what is it? What type was it? But anyways, yeah, he's not alive no more. But he also didn't have either or lethal and or non-lethal safety things for if you got wrapped up by your big ass snake. So yeah, I don't want that. I love the monitor lizards. Yes, thank you, Omar. I would love. My birthday is June 17th, so I know we're at like almost 8,900 last I checked. I would love to be at 10,000 subscribers by my birthday. I would love that. Oh God, that's hilarious. Jason, yeah, that's a no for me for those type of snakes. Though, like they're cool. Like if like somebody brings them to an expo and they're like, yeah, you want to hold and like I am like a little kid at the petting zoo. But at the end of the day, I don't want to own one. Yeah, I was stupid as a kid. Like I caught copperheads and water moccasins. I will say, and don't be judging my mom, but that's one of the few times that I think she actually freaking like went a little like I got that whole Brittany Nicole Majors, yeah, and like yeah. Yeah, she was. I mean, I got bitch slapped a lot for that. I brought home like a 4-foot long water moccasin. It might have been 5. It was a big ass snake, and it was a water moccasin. Thank you, Jay. Thank you. I don't think maybe I don't know. And yes, we are live for show. We is live right now. Woohoo! For a little bit longer. My youngest son's birthday's June 30th. He's turning 4. And he wants a steam train toy set, which I found one, but it's not gonna be here till after his birthday. But I have not technically bought it because I'm like over here really nervous of it. Not that I'm nervous of him having this toy. What I'm nervous about is when we get it. He does not like it. I'm hoping he'll want to just have it's like a cool train set. I don't know. There's 2 versions. There's more of a kiddie-ish looking version of a steam train on the track, and there's more of a realistic one. And I know he would like both. I guess I'm not too. If he gets the kid version, like like where it's not like a realistic, it's like almost like an animated toy. If that makes sense. It looks more toddlerish than the other one, because he likes to make his own train tracks. But the biggest thing I'm nervous about is not actually really him. It's my daughter Amelia, because like that girl like walks without looking where she's going, and she'll step and break on stuff all the time, and I'm just thinking about the whole chaos of her accidentally stepping on it while it's going, because she's literally unaware in her own world. Oh damn, that's huge, William. Chameleons are super awesome. I agree. Look at his green's lightened up some, and just think like he is also going to be shedding, so he's again not as vivid as he would be. Well, we could put Big Polly up. What time is it? I'm trying to be cautious of the time because I would like to. My oldest has tutoring at 11:30, but my mom is actually going to take him there, and I'm just going to stay with my younger 2. But I'm thinking of. Well, your enclosure's not over here, bud, is it? Your enclosure's here. I'm thinking of stuff I would want to maybe do. There we go. He's like, thanks. What are we doing in America? He's F1. Wild caught tend to be. He's not wild caught, but his dad was. I don't have his dad, but I did purchase. He is F1. So when you reintroduce wild caught blood into any of the Panther Chameleon lines, typically they are bigger. Captive bred tend to be smaller over time. Here's my old boy. He's our. Oh, have we seen Red Line? Dude, we need you to shed, homie. Look at him. Oh, this is my first. Not only is this my first chameleon, this is my first reptile. But clearly, one thing I'm sure many of you may or may not know about us Americans who keep chameleons, we definitely feed them Big Macs. Okay, of course we feed them Big Macs and French fries from McDonald's all the time, and that's why we have big ass chameleons here in America. Is because of that. Big Macs and French fries, 100%. Yes. I think you also probably have different species. So my yellow giant Parsons chameleon is like 3 of him. And he's a senior now. He's 6, so he's lost a little bit of weight, but you can tell he's still a really decent sized male. He does. Because they're not the fastest of lizards. Well, they're arboreal, so they live in the trees, right? So you're not going to have like Speedy Gonzilla like phew, in the tree branches. Like they're going to be, they're every single step that they make, they're thinking out. Because they're very intentional of where they're stepping. They want to make sure the branches that they're walking on are sturdy. They're looking around for predators. They don't want like the fall, like they're making sure that the branch or whatever they're going to step out on is not like actually dead and basically disattached, and it's just going to fall down out of the trees. And that's another one thing too. Whenever you do get a chameleon and you're getting your sticks, you really want to aim for the diameter, right? I want to say it's the right term, like how round, whatever, is the circumference or diameter, whatever. But the thickness is like that of a number 2 pencil. He's very chill. Redline is a very chill chameleon. He's my first chameleon. So my profile picture, I don't have anything with my actual logo on it out here. He's the red one on it. He is the one who started it all. He's my first reptile pet. I was super pregnant and hormonal, and I wanted a chameleon. Here's my first chameleon, and now look where we're at. Okay, Jace, you should not help them shed typically. They will shed themselves. Helping that, you gotta be their scales they're very sensitive. It's very easy to hurt and damage and or hurt them from helping them shed. However, if they have a stuck shed and it stays on for more than 2 sheds and it starts to get like a yellowish brown color. And not the bottom of their feet. The bottom of their feet sometimes are going to look like that when they're shedding, just because the bottom of the feet are going to be dirty in general, like dirtier per se. But that it comes right off. That's just how the color looks. But when you start to get like that yellow and brown kind of looking like shed, that just is like thick, and what you would do is get like a Q-tip, get it with warm water, and just gently try to like rub it off very gently. You have to be very gentle with them. These guys, oh god dang it, I'm missing it all. I will not be Jesse, because I am in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and I still have yet to find a way to I could just go. I don't think they're just, I could just go and I guess and be like, hi guys, and like walk around. I think I've decent. I know a lot. Hell, a lot of my chameleons have gone to California. But the cost of bringing chameleons to California, and also the risk. Well, the cost of like if I flew them out, but the risk, because it's a 2-day drive. I think for me it's about 32-hour drive to California. So if I was, you don't want to stop and sleep. Like you want to keep going. Like you don't want to have to like stop and stay somewhere with chameleons. Like you want to get there. Most people who breed chameleons, I've heard most people are 12 hours at the max that they'll drive. I've heard one person do 14 hours. If I wanted to go to Colorado, I'd have to do, that's about 14 hours, which is doable. they but that's what I'm saying, like I could go and just, I mean, I know there's people who go to these shows that aren't like breeders and like they're still, oh, we're here. I don't know if yeah, they're slower. So when they get older, they start to do partial body sheds. Keep in mind, he's not only is he, I just am older where I'm no longer growing. He's older, like he's 6 years old, okay? He's doing good. He is a senior. But anyways, when they are done growing, so when they're growing, they'll shed multiple times a month, and they are full body sheds. When they are older, they start to do partial body sheds. And the older they get, the more they start to look like they're about to shed for a lot, like for a very long time. A lot longer. So he, as you can tell, he shed this part of his tail, which look at that, it's about ready to shed. He's already getting ashy again. So even when, and that's what's going to happen. So the sections of himself that he shed recently-ish, they're starting to get ashy. And look, also all 4 of his feet, he shed those. And part of his eyes he shed, and he did part of his like, all that's starting to get ashy again because, oh, we're gonna be shedding. And then the part that's all ghost looking, like, then that's all gonna shed. And then you rarely have that really fresh shed, pristine look on them at a certain point because they're always about to shed somewhere. And but it's not stuck shed. He's just in a pre-shed look. And I wouldn't, like, it's not even, yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with this. He doesn't have, so when they're really about to shed, you'll notice this a lot when they're younger, their skin will kind of like have like folds kind of in it, like, or wrinkles, which is a sign of dehydration, but also when they're about to shed, their skin does that. So, but so his coloration is considered rainbow, and I know it's so hard to tell because he's, ashy looking, but he's got mixed bars, so they're like red and blue, like they're not predominantly one color. He has a really pretty red resting color. I'm sure I can pull a picture of him up really fast so you can actually see, you can kind of see a little bit of the reddish tint, which is his resting shade. And also, mind you, again, he's also about to shed, so he's nowhere near as vibrant as he can be. However, red line. Let's get to a picture of you. Let's go down a bit because, well, we've had you for a hot minute. So those pictures of you are going to be way down here. And don't worry, I'm not going to go through memory lane again and get all emotional and look at pictures of horses and stuff. Because screw all that. But I am going down to an older red line picture. Older-ish. God dang, it's taking forever. Oh, it's just also my vision. I'm kind of like, I can't see what I'm doing. Here we go. So here he is. He was about 2 years old there, and he's yeah, that's him. But the mixed bars, it's not the best quality picture, but you can see like how they're not mostly blue and or red, like they're, well, also him firing up here, they start to fade white at the bottom, but so that's a mixed bar or rainbow. So that red is, yeah, so he's also the sire of those 2 juveniles I was holding earlier, Curly Joe and Loki, not, oh my god, not Loki, Curly Joe and Bri Bear. I do not have rattlesnakes. I do not have any hots. I don't do hots. I would like to have a hognose because it's technically venomous, but they're rear-fanged venom. And that's not even really the issue. It's because they're native, kind of, to Missouri. A really small section. Not where I'm from, really. They're not really, I don't think that they're really up in my area. But also, I'm bougie. The morph, I guess it'd be morph. The morph of a hognose I would prefer to have would not survive in the wild. So the conservation department could just chill. I don't want to get a permit. I don't want the permit. I don't want whatever. I think it's too different. I think it's a conservation department. Is it the conservation department? Is it USDA too? What? I think there's 2 things. 2 departments because venomous and native. I don't want them to just show up whenever. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you get that permit in the states, like, all right, you got your permit, ma'am. They can literally show up whenever they want to. And all you have to do is a quick little search. You'll see videos of like those cops in Florida that were going to euthanize these one snakes, and they ended up euthanizing the wrong snake that was like $200,000. Dude, I did not do a restart. Squirrel is what? Are you saying do I have like we have squirrels in Missouri, or are you asking about Squirrel the Chameleon? Because that's Charlene has her. Like I literally, yeah. Oh God, Jace, dude, that was oh God, that man's reaction was so heartbreaking. Oh, that sucked. I've heard of it's somebody who I know I've met them. I don't remember the name or even the breeder's name, but they do it's either corn snakes. I think it's corn snakes, which there's, and also gardener snakes too, like depending on what I don't know if it's more for locale because it's different all across, I'm noticing, but I'm just gonna say more, maybe, I don't know, depending on which type of corn snake or gardener snake that it is in the state that you reside in, it may or may not be considered native. And one dude had somebody called the conservation department, like, oh, he's got native, I think it was corn snakes. He's got native corn snakes. And it was either, but you know what I'm saying, it was some type of snake that could have maybe, and they were not, but they were, the agent who came over falsely identified, and they took the whole damn collection, actually, not just the one that was the price, they took the whole collection. So, screw all that. The ones for Jay, yes. JJ, yeah, they were special ball. Yes, they were. I'm talking about why I'm just, the whole permit thing, just, I get nervous about it. Now, I know I have chameleons, but it's just, Good night, TWC. We can get peacocks. I don't necessarily, they're cool. We are having a big tick issue in Missouri. I don't know if peacocks really help with ticks, because I am thinking about guinea hens. As evil as those, I really just want to get a bunch of guinea hens and just release them, and then do everybody a favor and just get rid of these ticks. Peacocks are gorgeous, but they're freaking noisy. Like that, all that, like all day, like you just hear all that. You're just like, what the fudge? I do live in the neighbors because I don't really have any. Like they wouldn't hate me. I have people that live close enough to where they might wake up with a peacock in their yard, I guess. But like the noise they make. It's, you'd rather have a rooster like doing their thing way early. I'm talking about the peacocks are gorgeous. Like I could have them if I wanted to. I just don't want to deal with all that. They're like wake up in the morning and I've not even had a cup of coffee yet, and I go, maybe I'm going out to like warm my truck up there in the whatever, and there's a peacock on it. I'm trying to get it off, and I'm like still not, and he's like doing his stupid thing. I'm like, oh, I think I would just really mess with I can have rabbits. I don't, you know. Are you asking if I have them, or if I don't have any. So the mammal pets, like I know I hate saying, I have 2 dogs and a cat. One of my dogs, Thor, he is a miniature pinscher. Yes, technically he's considered a toy breed. You liked my peacock noise, Shirley? Did I do a good job at my peacock noise? Jill, yeah, they are loud. They're worse than roosters, man. Oh God, a laughing old lady, like an evil like witch old lady, or I need to look. Tell me the birds. I can actually envision, because I feel like there's so many different type of old lady laughs, where it's either like, oh, it's just that thing again, or it's like, oh, what was that? You know. Yay! I did a good peacock noise. Yeah, I did. Did I give you a silkworm? My bad. They know. No. I guess some geckos. Cause I was gonna say most reptiles really won't. Like a bearded dragon won't. Most snakes won't. Peacock won't. But certain geckos. Okay. I don't have those. I don't want any tokay geckos. said someone's a peacock. They're cool. Like, they're so pretty. They're just loud. I just, you know what I mean? Like, and so if I can get, now guinea hens, they're mean AF. But like, everywhere I'm looking for the best way to deal with ticks, they're like guinea hens. And I'm like, what about other chickens? They're like, yeah, other chickens are going to be good too. But if you want the absolute best solution to ticks, get guinea hens. So, because it's so bad in Missouri, and the Gen Alpha, whatever disease, too, is both of the highest in the whole country. You cannot, I can't even walk out, like, if the grass is like, you will have ticks all over you, right? It's very bad. If I go into my woods, and the woods I have that I live in now, I did live in my later childhood, and I'd play. I was the only child. I don't really have neighbors out here, so I'd play in the woods all the time or go to the creek all the time. I think that entire time, like maybe that was like 5-ish years of my life, I might have found a few ticks. I for sure remember 2 ticks in total that I found on me. Like that had bit me. Yeah, you can't even walk. You go into the woods, if you look down at your pants, or you're gonna have like 2 ticks on each leg just right away crawling up you, if not more. Right away, and you, like, anytime you look, you're gonna have ticks crawling up you. You're gonna have ticks. I mean, my daughter and I, we got 20 ticks. They weren't biting us, but when we got back done from the woods and we were getting to checking for ticks like on our clothes, and yeah, there was 20 on each of us. It was stupid. It was never like that. So Sophie, the St. Louis Zoo, when I was a kid, when I was young, they used to have peacocks everywhere. Like they just had their peacocks just roaming the entire zoo, the St. Louis Zoo. So like they were literally it was really cool as a little kid. You're like, whoa, because they're so colorful and beautiful. You sound like baby deer, like just baby deer here. But like we got deer and deer and deer. There's deer everywhere. I think Redline really liked the silkworms. Yeah, all right, Davon. All right, I'm ready. But also, the questions are not the hiccup. Because we're not going to do a chameleon after hour. Shit. You won't see the full extent of the comments because it's... Dang it. Those are bad hiccups. He does. He's old. Wait, has anyone... No? Heely shoes or shows? Like if the Heely shoes, the ones with the wheels on the heels, yes. I am Missouri. Yes. First when you said shows, I was like, no, but I think you mean shoes. And yes, I definitely had some. And, you know, for some reason it annoyed everybody. It annoyed everybody, like, when they were like, oh, God. Like, what are you doing that for? And I was like, dude, it's so cool. And, like, for some reason, like, especially, like my parents' age people and older, like, they hated them. And I don't get it. It wasn't like I was just, like, it was like, I could be across the other side of the room or something or wherever. And, like, and they're like, ugh, as soon as it would happen. I think they are still around. I don't know sloths. I mean, we know of people that kind of have them as pets, I guess, but I don't want no sloths. They're cute. They're actually cute too. Like, especially when they're captive and they're not like, because in the wild they're like covered in freaking algae and stuff. Yo, you didn't like it when your nephew had a pair of them? I only had them for like, I thought they were fun. I will say, mine did not last long. They did not last long. The wheels just... Wait, Charlene blocked you. Like, and I can see you. Look at Redline's feet real quick. He's like, leave my feet alone. I was just trying to look at your feet. Oh, yeah. No. I think they're cute. I think they're cute, Pat. No, I've never had a skunk. I think the domesticated skunks are hella cute. They're very cute. But what I was saying several minutes ago, we're trying to with Thor being a miniature pinscher, that dog has a very high prey drive. That's just what the breed's going to be doing. So like I really want guinea pigs. Like I want to get a couple guinea pigs, but then I keep thinking about Thor, and I'm like, like he would want to always try to get to them, and if he did, he would eat them. He would unalive them, I should say. He would kill them. He would do it. That the breed, what the breed's meant to do is hunt small creatures in the barns. That's what they were bred to do. Have I ever had a like? Oh, wait. They're cute. They're not. I mean, listen, Thor, my dog's loud. He's a miniature pinscher. He hears a leaf. He's like, and it's like, stop. And my Chihuahua, who used to, like, now, he's got her starting to chime in along with the barking, and I'm just like, stop it, dang it. But oh no. Oh no. I'm in the St. Louis, Missouri area. Oh, yeah, dang it. I'm in the St. Louis, Missouri area. What time is it? 2:42. I probably should be calling it a night. Because, well, I'm going to try and do something. I was going to show y'all Boudreaux, kind of. Who's also pre-shed funk. Boudreaux's a nosy bee. He's a different locale. So he's like Caribbean ocean color. So his color changes is different shades of this really pretty Caribbean ocean blue he is. But also pre-shed funk. Boudreaux here. So we want you to see all that there. He's pretty. I don't handle him too much because he's kind of like see like that. I was talking about the closed eye. He's like, nope. But then this eye at least he has open. But I'm just like, he's so pretty. I don't have babies from him yet. I don't have eggs from him yet because he was scared of, his girlfriend. So hopefully the next time she's receptive, he'll be good. And here's Mr. Meeseeks. Mr. Meeseeks is in Abanja. He's a different locale. Most of the ones we have are Ambilobi. He's like, how dare you touch me? Oh, damn. Dude, his cough is lousy. Oh, and I did move. Trying to see here. We had Big Polly out. I'm leaving. I'm giving John Gotti and Helix and Jethro a break because they're the ones that we took to the expo. See if Maui will come out. Although I'm going to only be on for a little bit longer, but I think I'll either have Maui. Do we want Maui to come out? Or I can show you one of the Redline babies I moved over to the... Yes. Drew, thank you. I really appreciate that, Drew. Thank you so much. You're going through it right now, or are you saying that or you're going through it right now? I'm happy that I'm very happy that you're finding like enjoying this and that some comfort too while you're watching when you're watching this and what you're going through. Pretty okay. Hi, Drew. Oh, you're going through it. Yeah, that's how much longer do you have for chemo? No, go to a reputable breeder. Don't go to a pet store because you're more than likely they're not going to make it from a pet store because they're usually an incorrect husbandry, and most of the time they don't know what the heck they're doing when it comes to Panther Chameleons at big chain pet stores, especially. Even a lot of the local ones don't really know. God, Maui, you're gorgeous, dude. So this is John Gotti's son, which I didn't get John Gotti out tonight. because I took him to the exo, so I'm just kidding. But this is Maui. He's a red body, blue bar, and Belobi locale. 18. Oh my God, Jay. My old sister-in-law, when she had appendix cancer, like, yeah, I know it was real rough. My mom has breast cancer, but she's not. She's just, she's not. She needs to. She is not. She's trying to do a holistic approach, but I know how rough it is, like from seeing it with people, not personally, like firsthand. So you've got this. So here soon, you're not going to have to deal with all that baloney. And do they at least have anything that helps like out for afterwards and make you kind of like feel that? Oh damn! Fuck! Oh my God! Oh God, dill pickles. Hey Maui. Yeah, he's a little over a year old. He turned a year back in. Shit. If I'm the breeder, I do priority overnight ship anywhere in the U.S. except for Hawaii and Alaska. And it is safe. Because people are like, wait, what? It's, I've never had an issue shipping. I've never had an issue when I bought, but you have to go to the FedEx hub and pick them up. So they don't come to your doorstep. They go to the FedEx hub. Which, you know, that's one of the reasons. Also with the proper shipping and using a reptile shipping company. But, you know, them not going onto the FedEx truck definitely helps with that. Let's get these ready for Maui. See if they'll see all these silkworms, Maui? Look at that. Are the silkworms not doing it for you? There we go. They said to catch his attention. He got one. Where'd the other one go? Here it is. They kind of get all connected. They're little silkies. They're little silk strings. Here's some more. Oh, yeah, you like those, huh? Got it. He got it. He's like, there's two more. He's like, don't hold out on me. Yeah, good job. You got one more. Good job, Maui. Thank you. This one, so his brothers. His brothers have been 700 with including shipping. He loves that one. Maui used to try to eat the comments, like when we used to do streams on TikTok, because the comments, they come in like differently than on YouTube. Like it's one of the reasons I miss the comments sometimes on YouTube. They come in smaller font and it's not as noticeable. That it's a different. I don't even know how to explain it. Like the movement that it shows for me, it's hard. My eye does not notice it. My eyes do not notice it as much. But anyways, I mean, like, there's a huge difference. Like TikTok, he used to try to eat the comments on the screen. So he was always our little special, you know, like window licker chameleon. Oh, Brendan. Oh, see, that's so sweet, in my opinion. I don't like I'm not a big fan of the sweet pickles. And I mean, I do like relish, like, oh god, dill relish or whatever on like hot dogs and stuff. So when they are growing, they eat every day. I mean, usually around like 8 to 10. They use really as much as they will eat at that age when they're growing. And then once they're done growing, you feed him every other day, like a few feeders. So Maui turned a year old back in April. So he's going to be slowing down. Technically, he's not done growing until he's 18 months, but the most noticeable growth is, you know, till they're about a year, like the color development and growth. But if you look at his cask, homeboy here is starting to get where his cask is a little puffy. So this is a cask. What I mean by puffy is like it's kind of like this part of it's kind of like sticking out some. So his dad I've never had to worry about, but I might have to be starting to cut back some on his food because that's that first sign of, hey, we're getting ready to get fat. So I've never, you know, I don't think he's going to get as big as John Gotti now that I'm looking at him. So I'm wondering, I guess Griselda maybe didn't have as big a size genes. Because I know some of the other males is, God, Mary. Why am I having a hard time remembering Mary's name? He does change color. So that green, he's a red body blue bar. So he has a lot of red resting color. So a lot of him is always red regardless if he's fired up or resting. However, when he does fire up, that red that he has right now will turn really bright red, very bright. The blue bars get even brighter and they fade white in the middle. And that green that's on him also turns red, orange. So it turns colors. And the blues get brighter and fade white in the bottom. He gets very vibrant. These are his resting colors. His dad also has a lot of red resting colors, but he just has a bit more blue on him. Thank you. He's one that I produced. He's a holdback from that particular clutch of John Gotti. Now, I do have another clutch from his dad, John Gotti, but they're half siblings. But that mom, Sahara, the Dom Sahara, her daddy, her sire, I'm excited. I've not yet seen these boys colored up, you know, because they're young. Like, they're not going to have those colors yet. But I'm going to show you a picture of Sahara's sire. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. What do you show? There we go. Yeah, this dude's, oh my God. Like, I'm excited. So I paired this up with John Gotti. That's Sahara's daddy. Has a red body blue bar as well. So that's her daddy. I'm gonna take a screenshot of that one. And Mr. Dude, I replaced that Mr. again on Curly and it's still not going off. Damn it. So now I'm like really kind of like bugged out and curious. So like, what is going on? And I'm about to do something really freaking stupid. Like, I know I'm being stupid, but now I want to know, like, what the heck? Why is it not... I replaced this nozzle, 5 different nozzles. Oh, okay, I'd be really stupid if I don't do this, so. Damn it, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to make it in time, damn it. I doubt I am. Okay, here's a different nozzle, at least, like, will it just... Is it going to spray if I take the misting thing off? Wait a minute. Yep, it definitely sprays. Shit. It definitely sprays. Cool. So, but then I put a nozzle on and it don't do diddly squat. So So explain that one to me. What? This is hella annoying. This is super freaking annoying. Why do we not... What's up with the nozzle? For this particular one. And it's a different nozzle again. The water is coming to it, but it's not misting. And yeah, so anyways, I've switched that. That's the 5th nozzle I've used on that one. That's the 5th one. Different nozzle. Completely different one. And there we go. Like, it's still not misting. And as you, because that's typically what it is. It's typically, oh, because I do have hard water, right? So typically, that was, but, and what's also, well, let me think. No, that is technically not the last one on the, it's one of them. So I have what's called, and I need to redo it, but I'm doing a Mist, so I have one Mister, I use a Mist King, it's a big bad boy. So anyways, I'm doing what's called a backbone system, so I'll have like a thicker size tube that you make go up. It connects to the smaller size, and then it branches out to go over these enclosures, and then it will stop. And then it goes up, and then it stops. Well, that's happening on all of my, so I have the thicker tube down there. It's connected so it goes over the enclosures and stops at that end. So that's to help with water pressure, and it is able to, to go to all the enclosures that way. Like on my females here, it does the same thing. Thicker cord comes up here, goes across, and stops. There. Dude, one of them was brand new. One of those nozzles was brand new, dude. So I don't know what the hell is going on. It's pissing me off. I don't know what it is. Because the water is going there. Like, clearly. Like, I just got pretty wet from that. But, okay, here we go. So he was in I'm putting him up. Oh, Sahara, my bad. Yeah, hold on. Sahara, they want to see you, lady. I'm not gonna get her out. I'm actually about to be done skis. But Sahara is right. Hi. Oh, you're okay, pretty lady. Oh, she's like, get the F away from me. Hi, beautiful. She's like, I hate you. But you're so pretty, Sahara. So that's Sahara. So we have, the babies are not colored up yet. Maybe I should. Can I get you out, baby? She's looking at me like the Ferk. Are we gravid again? Oh, no. Are you? I mean, it's not bad that you're gravid. I'm just, okay, well, yeah, you totally are. Damn, you're fat. Here, go back here. Now, it's a good fat, though. I didn't mean like in a bad way. It's just I'm not going to handle you because you're freaking gravid. Anyways. Oh, she's like, how dare you do that to me, you vile creature. And then here's Sybil, who is receptive. So these are receptive colors. Oh, see the angry girl. She hates me. But so now she's starting to show a little bit darker coloration. But all that peach color that you see, that's a receptive color. So she is DTF. And then Gnarly Carly. Oh, are we also going in the gravid color? She is. And Gnarly Carly says F you. Zestarella, she's busy drinking water. Buddy Love here. Hi. What were you doing? Do you even know what you were doing? Baby, I don't know what Baby's doing. That's my nosy bee female. She's just kind of like, ugh. And then the world's sweetest chameleon, Bonita. She's super duper sweet. She's like a chameleon. She's like a dog trapped in a chameleon suit, but she's What are you looking at? Oh, hi, Bonita. What were you doing? What were you in the middle of doing? Oh, she's like, leave me alone. I'm just licking some water. She's like, I'm just drinking. So they drink the water droplets from the mister. Oh, or she's eating. Oh, what are you doing? Oh, there was a bug that she was getting. My bad, sweet girl. But they drink the water droplets from the mister on the 6 leaves, all that. So yeah, females, like, and so Bonita's really sweet. Like, it's not all females that are evil and mean, like Sybil and you know, Zestarella. Well, okay, so Gnarly Carly, she's mostly just like all bark, no bite, but she does, like, you know, I don't handle her. Like, she does not want that at all. Like, she's made it very evident. Like, she hates me. I get it, okay. Sybil is the only chameleon I've had that when she bites, she's trying to actually inflict bodily harm. Like, I'm happy she's not a full-grown male and that she is a female, because when she bites, she twists her freaking head, and she keeps, and then when she lets go, she'll again, she'll go for it again. She has made me bleed, but it's because she bit me here, and that area is just gonna bleed. You know, that's just one of those areas that bleeds very easy. Did it hurt? No, it didn't hurt. Now, I will say, out of all the chameleon bites I've had, it was the most painful out of all of them. But it wasn't like, I mean, I just put a little band-aid over it because, like, you know, it was in an inconvenient spot. But, like, normally bites are not like that. Normally it's a quick, like, yeah, jab and it's over with. So, not Sybil. And she's receptive. And her daddy, oh God, her daddy. I'll show you a picture of Sybil's daddy. Let me show you a picture of that girl's daddy, actually. I'm messing with his nozzle for his missing thing one last time real quick. Damn. You know, we're just going to do this. If I'm thinking, let's see. Yeah, we're going to just try this. Because whatever is going on with your missing thing, I don't know. But I'm going to try this. But that was stupid. And maybe this will work. Curly. Alright, I'm going to show you a picture of Sybil's sire. You know, I realized, like, I have never actually shown y'all her sire, who is actually the son of my favorite chameleon ever, which is, so she is related to Gambino. Oh shit, this got wet. But her sires, Papa Mavo and Jonathan Hill, also. Most of my chameleons, a good amount of them are from Jonathan Hill, the ones I've purchased. Not the ones I've produced, but the ones I've purchased. He's usually who I go to get other chameleons from. Hyperdalis. But once I show you her dad, you'll be like, oh shit. Well, this is her brother. So this is Sybil's brother. And with females, it's really, they do pass on. They may not have the same color as males, but they pass on colors as if they were a male. So what you see in a male, that's what he's passing on to his offspring. So that is her brother. And then their daddy, Papa Mavo. Let me get back to that. So Sybil's daddy is so gorgeous. Oh, he's so beautiful. Is this? I'm sorry, it does that sometimes when I flip the camera. So this is Sybil's daddy, Papa Mavo. He's a gorgeous yellow-bodied blue bar. Oh my God, he's so pretty. Oh my God, he's so gorgeous. Look at that. Oh my God. Isn't he? Ah! So that's. And then my favorite chameleon is Papa Fee, which I've shown you all pictures, who is Gambino's granddad. But anyways, yeah, there he is. Papa Mavo is just stunning. Oh my God. So that is going to be combined with Kenny Power. So, you know, there'll be some stunners in that clutch. And I'm telling you, the babies are mean. And that they're mean little ornery little freaker stinker butts, man. They're mean. Like, they really are mean. Like, I'm not even, those babies, I gotta find one now. just so you all understand, like, I'm not playing with you. Like, they're mean. Like, I think these are the meanest baby chameleons I've ever, ever. Baby chameleons. Like, they're the meanest ones I've ever had to work around. Like, they're freaking ornery. Let me see if I can find. Well, actually, maybe the ones I'm thinking of are the Kenny Powers. Do I have any of the Kenny Powers Sybil that are in the... No, so I might be thinking of the Gambino Gnarly Carly. But Kenny Powers and Pissy Missy, yeah, mean, obviously. Because Pissy Missy is this one? Or are you just spazzy? Are you a meanie? Okay, here's one mean one. Like, fuck. God dang it, dude. He's a mean one. Fudge, you're crazy. He's crazy. So that's... Are you not? Are you gonna bite me? Okay, yeah, he'll bite. He's a biter. He's like, ah. He's like, no. But anyways, yeah, that's Pissy Missy. And then Kenny Powers also has with Sybil. Yeah, I hope that those are ornery. But the Sybil baby, hold on. Now I gotta find which baby. I know it was a Kenny Powers, wasn't it, Charlene? It was one of the Kenny Powers Sybil ones that was freaking mean, though. Or was it the Gambino Gnarly Carly? Or I think it was both, but there was one in particular that was just like, oh my god, relax. Like, it's okay. It's like, it's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad, I swear. Like, you'll be okay. And I'm trying, yeah, thinking, no, but like, a lot of my babies are very chill. These, and that was not even the worst one. Crazy, probably, for you to think of that, but like, that wasn't even the worst of them. So, no. Talking about ornery ass chameleons. Like, real ornery ones. Just real mean. I'm trying to think. Do you remember, was it a Kenny Powers Sybil? Or was it a Gambino Gnarly Carly? Or Kenny Powers Pissy Missy? Oh, man. Because Pissy Missy, she's not as... She was ornery, but she is more just awkward and stares at you now. So I'm wondering if it was the Gnarly Carly. Because Gnarly Carly is... She's mean. She may not be as mean as Sybil. Or was it? Okay, let me see you. Well, no, this one's calm. It's not, that's a Gnarly Carly one. Very calm. Unless, I'm trying to think which one it was. It was the Gnarly Carly that was biting you. You're right. It was the Gnarly, okay, so hold on. That's not as hard to find. Okay. Because those are the ones that are still, I think this is one of, wait. Oh, here's one. Oh my god. Here it is. This is... Hold on. I think this is one of them. This one went straight to like... As soon as I... Yep, this is one of the Gambino Gnarly Carlies that is like... Oh god, this one's gorgeous. Oh, you're handsome. Can it... Oh, you're not too bad right now. Oh, he's like... It's like, I'll get you. Okay, relax. Okay, you're okay. You're okay. Oh god. He's like, I'll freaking... Yep, this, yeah. The Gambino Gnarly Carly ones. They're fucking mean. I love it though. Like, it's like, they're funny. But hopefully they don't do that when they're older, because that will be really annoying. It'll be annoying if okay, I'm turning off the lights now. Yes, what is it? Those babies that were born in February. So they just turned, some of them just turned 3 months old. But that particular clutch, like, I think they're going to take off more around 4 months with their size. But that one I just was showing you, he actually has some color starting to develop. But after the next few sheds and stuff, like, they're going to start to really grow. Here is Curly Joe. Now this one, he's 5 months old. Dude, he's so freaking colorful. Curly Joe is so colorful. Just drinking there. He's not, thank God, water. So colorful. And Charlie, I'm not going to get him out, but your Chucky boy. Oh, here he is. You see him just, he's like, I'm ready for bed, guys. He's huge. God, Chuck. Chuck is, I think, dude, he's so colorful. I'm sorry, Chuck, I'm not you. Oh, God, I'm sorry, Curly. Danny, they are giving veiled, aren't they? They're kind of giving veiled, not Panther. And we're really looking for more Panther vibes. And it's really giving wild caught veiled, actually. It's like, oh, my bad. Sorry. And you know what? We haven't even really interacted with the Kenny Power Sybil ones because they're younger. They're gonna be freaking Satans. I don't even know how those babies would be anything else but just straight pure evil. Like Kenny Powers is not like he has a bit more spunk about to him than some of the other males, but he's not like truly aggressive towards like us. He has bit me, but it was my fault because I accidentally startled him. And I'm not saying like, oh, it was my fault because I was handling. No, I accidentally startled him and he bit me. But he's normally not one who's like, I'm gonna bite you. All right, let me look it up. iDog, I think, yeah. Didn't they make them in different colors? And they would sit and stuff? I think. Like they were like robot looking ones that were like kind of chrome and there was like pink, blue, or purple. Maybe there wasn't all those colors, but I think you know what I'm talking about. And I might be talking about, because here's the thing. They made several different robotic dog toys. That's right. I wonder which one. All right, y'all. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to try and get some sleep. I was, so I can be a functioning member of society in the morning and also, go do stuff with the kids since summer break, you guys. I was going to do that creek again, but it rained so much that creek me too fast and rapid. But anyways, thank you for coming on and hanging out. I hope to see you all tomorrow or later today, however we start. But I always come on every night. So thank you for hanging out. Be sure to subscribe if you don't. I really want to hit to 10,000 subscribers before June 17th, which is my birthday. The big 3-4. Anyways, I'll see you all. Have an amazing rest of your morning or night, whatever. And I'll see y'all later.